Officially back at it. This is Boog Nights coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 42. Got my man Rick Dom with me. Got Emiya Starlock, Rectangular, and I think we waiting for Mr. Colin O'Crackers to come through. Maybe we'll have a couple of other guests.
Looks like Rectangular disappeared.
He disappeared. He'll be back. But yeah, man, we had this is Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States of America. So everybody's drunk on turkey, and everybody has conveniently forgot about the real Native Americans.
Sad, man. Sad state of affairs.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the good thing is that, as terrible as what's going on right now in South Dakota is, because of the holiday and what's going on right now, the exposure's getting out there.
That is true. So yeah, man, I guess I'll jump into what I got this past week. This weekend was pretty busy for me. I was able to score the Spider-Man Sandman Build-A-Figure wave. Me and my man Dave VX was on the hunt yesterday and today, and we went to quite a few places and here in New York, and then we actually ventured out to New Jersey as well. So that was fun and tiring at the same time. And I picked up actually like 4 Shield Nick Fury soldiers in my travels as well. And I think that's all I got this week. Oh, my man Dave Castle sent me a nice little package with some head casts in there. He gave me 3 of the I want to say that they were like a Deathstroke cast, but he casted it in black, so you could kind of just use it as like some mercenaries or whatever.
Yeah, some combat mask or something.
Right. So he sent me 3 of those, and he sent me one of his Linux Avenue Legend headcasts, which is basically Luke Cage. Fuck you, Hasbro. Or Marvel. And he also sent me, what else was in that package? It was the Luke Cage, the Mercenaries, and something else was in there. I don't know. I got to look for it. But yeah, thanks to my man Dave Castle for hooking that up. And what else did I get this past week? I think that was it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I got to look around a bit. What about you, Rick?
I honestly didn't think I was gonna get much, but I ended up buying a lot more than I initially expected. I went out during Black Friday, like most people, and dude, I was just shocked. There's fucking nobody in the store, man.
Yeah, most people didn't go out, Rick. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they play it up like on like in the media, like damn, dude, there's massacres. Dude, there wasn't nobody. So I went into my Walmart. I wish I would have known what was going to happen at my Walmart. Looked like my Walmart had like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 cases of X-Men Legends. They weren't there, earlier in the week, and they were there on Black Friday with like all the usual suspects sitting. The Phoenix and Kitty Pryde and Iceman. So I don't need anything from that wave, but would have been cool to stack up a few more Deadpools, maybe another Cable. Always good to get those at retail.
Rogue.
And I was telling Emiya, it was really strange. It couldn't have been just my Walmart because I went to multiple Walmarts that night. They didn't advertise, but the Star Wars Black Series and the Legends, they were all ringing up at $15.
Yeah, we had some massive sales at Toys R Us this past weekend. I ended up paying about $10 a piece for the Shield agents after price matching, and they had like a early bird 15% off special. So if you shop between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday, you were able to get an additional 15% off. So so I got all of those, and then I ended up even getting a new Legends Wave on sale too, and those were coming up at like $16.99, I believe, on Saturday. And today when I went out, I was able to snag another case, and I got those at $13.99. So
Yeah, it's like it's crazy, man. A lot of these stores had deals that they weren't even really advertising. Um, it was just strange, and I mean, I knew that we were gonna have cases. I thought that like I would see like Abomination and Space Venom, but oddly enough, I saw like no remnants of Abomination or Space Venom in any of my stores. I mean, I don't need anything from there other than I need a Wonder Man, but I could just always get that through the A.C.B.A store anyway.
I don't know what's going on with Abomination and Space Venom Wave showing up at retail. But I was just talking with my man Dave. There are 5 waves out right now on shelves, though. You have the X-Men wave. You have the Captain America Red Onslaught wave is still on shelves. The Absorbing Man wave is still on shelves. The Doctor Strange wave is on shelves. And what else? And then they
There's a
just
new
dropped
Spidey wave.
the new Spidey wave. But there's something else that's out there too right now.
X-Men.
I said X-Men. I said Cap. I said Doctor Strange. Absorbing Man. Something else. I don't know. But there's a lot. There's a lot of legends floating around out there. No question about it. So, but I really don't know what happened to Abomination and Space Venom showing up in abundance at retail. I haven't really seen that at all.
Yeah, they're not the easiest to find. You know, like I said, the busiest shopping day of the year. I didn't I didn't even see remnants of like anything. So I don't believe that any of my stores had anything. Oddly enough, you know, people claim that they stopped producing the X-Men wave, but I don't know. That's what I saw most of. I mean, I saw like leftovers from the wave that I knew weren't at those stores earlier. So they're still shipping out X-Men waves
Yeah, no question.
to Walmart's and Toys R Us at least. You know, people are like, you know, people love to panic and people love to have that drama behind what they collect, but they are still, you know, they're still shipping out that wave. So that was probably what I saw the most of. I finally, you know, in my area, it's a pain in the ass to get that Krennic figure. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
finally got that. And
My man Mike actually picked that up for me. I got to send him some money.
yeah, I'm glad I got that because, you know, Dave Castle did that Admiral Thrawn head sculpt, and you know the body is basically exactly the same as the character. It's just like like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that painted head sculpt from him and throw it on my Krennic, and I just have an Admiral Thrawn.
Yep. I saw that figure in person though this weekend when I was out and about with my boys. One of my other boys picked up the figure, and I saw it in person. It's actually a pretty nice figure in person.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks really nice. You know, definitely perfect for what a lot of people want. You know, a lot of people want to swap that head, and it's gonna work just fine with that. And yeah, what else did I find out there? I was being a typical American, and I bought a bunch of fucking clothes I don't need.
Excellent.
You know, typical shit. You know, hit up hit up all the big stores. You know, your Nikes, your Polo. But aside from figures, I didn't really find much more than that. Just like random figures I'd been looking for. Oh, I finally completed that fucking the Juggernaut bath. I wanted nothing to do with buying that Phoenix, but since it was ringing up at $15, I just ended up picking up the Phoenix and finally completing the Juggernaut. I'd been months without completing it because I didn't want to buy that damn Phoenix.
Yeah, she's pretty awful. I just finished the Juggernaut Builder figure myself, actually.
Yeah, she's the worst, man. She sucks. What else did I get? I got all those Muppets figures finally. I had them in a pile of loot. With Big Bad Horse Show, just sitting there for a while, and I finally got those. And man, for anybody that wants a Stantler and Waldorf, it's money. That like beadier balcony is like really heavy and really really nice. And the chair, they can sit in the chairs just fine, so they don't look like stupid when they're sitting in there. They don't look like they're like floating or nothing like that. Those look really good. What else did I get in? And I think that's about it for me. I really didn't get much else than that. I ordered some of the new Spidey Legends off of Amazon.
Okay.
they went up, and I was able to snag them, and I think a few others were able to snag it too. So I don't have those in yet, but they're ordered, and they should be in on Wednesday or Thursday, I think.
This wave is really, really weird. It's like it's so many good qualities, but then there's so many things that just that leave you scratching your head too, though, man. It's weird. But Todd is here. What'd you get this past week, Todd?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we can hear you, no problem.
Oh.
Say motherfucker real loud.
Well, I just put up a haul video. That actually has been stuff that I've been getting over the past few weeks. So I got those Tamashi wind effects. Haven't cracked them out of the package yet. But so far I've only seen a couple. I saw Pharaoh put up some pretty cool shots of those. But yeah, I'm surprised more people haven't started doing stuff with those. I think Wisman, I think he got him, and I think he did one picture so far with those.
Let me see if I can find a couple of those pictures.
I got that cape for Dr. Doom, which the color, that same seller in Malaysia doesn't. The colors of the capes are close to what you want, but they're just not quite.
Cape for Dr. Doom? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I wonder if I can screen share it, but I posted a picture in Plastic and Paint of the cape I got for Doom, and it's almost dark enough. I think if you take a dark photo, it'll work. But I got some other capes, like I got one for Valkyrie, and that was from a different seller, and I tried, but it's like the same material, and I tried to dye it a darker blue, but those dyes don't work on the synthetic material. It doesn't bind to them. So yeah, those capes, you pretty much have to buy them for whatever color they come. You can't really, if it's that synthetic kind of like lycra material, it won't dye won't adhere to it.
Yeah, I don't know about that material because I've never handled it before, but I know that one thing Craig Warwick used to do when he was doing custom videos fairly often, I remember seeing was that he would just end up painting the fabric.
Yeah,
and I don't know how that lycra, it's kind of like a spandexy material, right? I don't know how that takes it, but the fabric that he was using was able to take the paint, and it looked pretty good when he painted it up. Because he wouldn't sew, he would just glue the wire to the cape, and it would look like really splotchy and dirty. And to combat that, like I said, he would paint the entire cape.
Yeah, I'll probably have to end up doing that. Yeah, that's Pharaoh's picture, right, Boog?
Yeah.
He also had a picture with a Darth Revan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't really like that figure.
Darth Revan?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had it in hand to really say that I don't like it, but from what I see, it doesn't really even look like it moves that much. And the Black Series has been real iffy with the who they want to give double jointed elbows to, and it's just like
Yeah, I hit up Robo when he put up his review of the Princess Leia, and I said, hey, are the arms on the new Princess Leia, because they're double jointed, are they the same arms as Farm Boy Luke? And he said, no, they're definitely smaller. So if you see Princess Leia, especially for cheap, and you want to put arms on your female legends, especially the smaller bodies, like the Spider Woman, like the teenage bodies, I would pick up a Leia and do the arm swap with them, because I picked up a bunch of Farm Boy Lukes, and I can do those with the beefier females, like the Ms. Marvel body types. The Farm Boy Luke should work on those, so you can get double jointed elbows on those females. But if you want to do it on a smaller body, then I'd go with the Princess Leia. it doesn't make any sense that Hasbro, it's the same company. It's like, just go across the street to the Star Wars guys and say, hey, give us your body mold so we can put, you know what I mean? If their argument is, oh, we can't afford a new body mold to put double jointed elbows on our females, then just get them from the fucking Star Wars guys.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think that that they're enemies or some shit. Has
Yeah, I was actually about to say, you can check an interview, basically the year that the Black Series was first done with a Shartimus Prime and the guys from Black Series. Those guys at the Black Series, those Star Wars guys, they really don't like Legends and Legends collectors and the Legends guys at all. They were like making fun of Legends pretty hard. I think Shartimus asked them like, "Hey, did you get this inspiration from Legends? Like, are you guys going to be using those molds? Like, what are you taking from Legends?" And they just kind of laughed at him like, "Dude, we're not looking at Marvel Legends." It was honestly pretty insulting. I was just like, Jesus Christ, like.
Yeah, it seems like there's actually a competition between the two.
Yeah, like they don't want to help each other.
They don't actually collaborate with each other at all. So.
Yeah, it was shocking. Even Shartimus made a face to the camera like, "What the fuck did he just say?" It was pretty nuts. They were just like, they were acting like Legends were a joke, and it's like, Legends. I will say, Legends, they do have very plain molds, but they make up for it in articulation and paint most of the time. And I can't say the same for Black Series. Black Series has many more shortcomings than Legends have ever had, in my opinion, at least.
definitely that's pretty arrogant of them, honestly.
Yeah, it's nuts. One of these days, I'll look up the interview and I'll link it on Plastic and Paint. It was pretty crazy. They were just kind of looking. They were honestly almost insulted that Shartimus said that they would be thinking of Legends at all. It was nuts.
Yeah, it's funny. They do kind of like have a chip on their shoulder because the almost pretty much every single Black Series figure is a new mold, with the exception of the Stormtrooper type figures. So it's kind of like,
Well, they have a much larger budget than Marvel Legends.
Yeah, that
They don't
collect.
have nearly the same amount of reuse. They actually have a much larger budget.
Yeah, the money they make, from Star Wars is crazy.
Star Wars in general. If you look at all the toys that are put out, Star Wars has a much, much larger budget than a lot of the other stuff.
Well, that's unfortunate, considering that they keep putting out shitty ass figures. So.
Yeah.
You look at Marvel Legends, it's kind of like, well, I was speaking with Rick Dom earlier. Marvel Legends is actually a low-cost line. A lot of the money is pretty much spent on deco. And there's actually not too many new parts per wave. Not usually, anyway. And usually it almost feels like at times the equivalent of Marvel Legends wave is equivalent to probably the budget of doing like 2 Star Wars figures. Because they get a lot of reuse on the Marvel Legends. So, and they've gotten pretty good at it. So, I mean, it's not like it's necessarily a bad thing. But by comparison, the Star Wars Black Series line, much larger budget by comparison, even compared to other lines. The fact that they got that TIE fighter, they got all those, other stuff, they have a really big budget for Star Wars.
Well, they should probably start, spreading out those funds a little better and putting better paint apps and more articulation on the figures, and stop taking their consumers for granted. Man, fuck Black Series. I'm very, 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 very choosy when it comes to Black Series. They're putting out shit product, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man, that you could have a wave, which Black Series usually consists of a case of 6. You'll have that case, and you'll have like sometimes, not even trying to be mean, you'll have like one really good figure, and then the rest of them will suck.
There's no excuse for you having a character that wields a lightsaber that doesn't have a double jointed elbow and a wrist hinge and swivel and all of that, all of that stuff to really get them into some cool poses. Like, I thought the whole point of them stepping up into the 6-inch category was so they could compete, so they could actually give you that articulation. We all know that the 3/4 inch line has been shitty for years. It's just that Star Wars collectors are nuts and they'll buy anything. So, what you gonna do, man? Fuck Black Series.
I was just at my Kmart last night. I was just kind of going there just to see what's going on, and they were overflowing with the exclusives. They had the Jen Urso, the Starkiller base Ray, and the Starkiller base Kylo Ren. They had probably 8 or 10 of each of those on the shelves. It's like just swimming, and none of them were marked down. And then they had Legends for $25.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Rhino Wave, and I stashed Ghost Rider. So when they come to their senses on the price, I'll probably go back and get that Ghost Rider.
You know what? I wouldn't mind getting another Ghost Rider myself, actually.
Yeah, now that he's on that Shield show, a lot more people want him. Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot that he's on there.
Which only Rick watches.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one on here that watches it.
Yeah, fuck that show.
Those effects on Ghost Rider must look like shit, huh?
Oh man, he looks good. Ghost Rider's like the only good thing, to a lot of people. I mean, to me, that's not the case, but a lot of people consider he's like, the only good thing about that show. I like the show, and I think he's really good, and I think the effects are all right.
And he just started showing up on the show this season, though.
Yes, just this season, yes.
Yeah,
it seems like anytime something good happens on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., people are like, just start when the good things happen. Don't watch before.
I watched about first half of the first season, and I couldn't get through it.
Oh, the first season is a nightmare. I feel bad whenever anybody just sits through that first season and they're just like, Jesus, this was terrible. And I have to swear to them, like, I swear it gets better. The first season was just a mess. They really didn't know what they were doing, and I don't think they really knew what kind of tone they wanted to set in that first season.
Yeah. I'm really hoping they don't fuck up Inhumans.
Yeah.
Humans is going to have its own series, right? Its own show, right? On TV, correct?
Yeah, ABC.
Yeah, I mean, they were. Yeah, I've been saying on this podcast for months, man. I thought it was really weird that anybody was still under the impression that there was going to be a film, because they did everything in the show. They did everything for Inhumans besides the royal family. They did everything else. So it does make sense that that they're going to do a show instead. At this point.
That's just going to be bad, man. I don't expect that to be good at all.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't go with Netflix, but maybe they feel like, or Netflix feels like they're getting saturated with Marvel stuff already.
Yeah, or they could I'm sure a lot of us have already heard there's like a crap load of rumors of shows that could eventually go to Netflix, and they just felt like they wanted to continue with what they were already working on before Inhumans was put on the table.
Yeah.
Getting back to Legends, I was able to snag the two figures I wanted from Amazon. I got Symbiote Spider-Man coming and Shocker. So just like Rick, I should be getting those like Thursday of this week.
Yeah, you'll be happy with the Spider-Man as long as the paint applications.
Yeah, I just watched your review and I had to comment that the days of sculpted detail on figures that are on these Hasbro Legends are long gone. We're not going to get sculpted lines like on Shocker.
Hey man, what about Jackal?
Yeah, Jackal is a new mold, but I'm curious what they'll probably make a Wolfsbane out of that. What else do you think they're going to make out of that?
You know what? That's actually I didn't think about that. That could happen. The Jackal actually has some pretty nice sculpted details. I think Jackal will be the next review that I release. I'm not sure. I think so, but I am actually really, really happy with that figure. It's a really nice figure.
I might break down and try to get a loose one.
Yeah, when I was at Comic-Con, after they revealed, when we went to the booth, That was probably like one of the most impressive pieces that was like right in front of me was that one. And of course the Netflix legends were unreal in person. The sculpts were incredible, and that jackal, when I saw it in person, like shit, like this
Yeah.
thing looks crazy.
It's really, really nice, man. I really didn't have any gripes with that figure, man. I mean, it's a totally new mold. The sculpted detail looks good. The hair looks pretty convincing. The head sculpt is great. They even painted the fingernails and the toenails and what have you. So it's actually pretty nice, and it's a classic Spider-Man villain. So yeah, that's one of the standout ones for the wave that people will probably sleep on though. Like, the average person seeing that in the aisle of like, is that Green Goblin or who is that? And they'll probably pass up on that shit. But it is a really nice figure.
Yeah, it's one of those figures that does make you wonder, like, although we don't know right now at this very moment, like, there must definitely be, like, quite a few figures planned for that mold, although I don't personally know what they would be. There has to be.
Well, somebody mentioned Werewolf by Night, and I could see that for sure.
Oh, yeah, that too, and, yeah, there's that, and, you guys said Wolfsbane before, too, there's definitely plans for it. As we all know, we were just discussing a second ago. Hasbro is all about reuse, so there's definitely plans for it.
I mean, they could do what they've been doing and beef up the mold, and then we could get like a beast or something like that. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't be reusing the mold, but it'll be the same sort of thing that they've been doing as far as just giving us beefier bucks. So.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
Dwight said they definitely wouldn't use that small of a mold for Beast.
Yeah, I remember somebody was like, "You guys better not be using this mold for Beast."
Yeah, I mentioned that in a review too. It's already recorded and everything, but definitely too skinny for Beast, for any version of Beast. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, that without a doubt.
But yeah, that I really like the Spider-Man UK figure. I just put up that review. That one is live right now. I really, really like that figure a lot. I don't know shit about the character really, but the buck is very nice.
Now, my man Cheney 180, who's also on the Triple C podcast, he did some reviews already for that wave on their Toy Migos channel, and he talked about the shoulders rubbing and similar situation with the Grim Reaper body mold. Did you have a similar situation with that?
Yeah, the shoulders are weird. That was my one major gripe with the figure is that the shoulders are very weird the way they work. It's almost like you got to tuck the shoulder in as you're pulling the arm up, and it's like if you don't really if you're not conscious of that and you just move the arm up and you do that frequently, then more than likely you're gonna scuff up that paint. You're gonna damage the figure in some way. So it's weird. I don't know why it's like that, but it's not bad enough that makes me feel any type of way about the figure. I guess that's just how good the figure is, or how much I like the figure and the design of that costume for this figure. But yeah, it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah, the paint seemed like really clean.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah, that's what Wiswin was telling me, that the paint on all the figures and the joints were real tight. Said this, the paint overall, like very few flaws.
Yeah, I saw probably the most paint flaws on Black Suit Spider-Man, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And that would make a lot of sense. I thought like, I mean, when I was watching your review, Boog, I mean, I guess during the time I didn't really get to like into it, like, in my own head, because I was thinking, what else could you have done? But those shoulder blades on the back for like the top of like the spider's like arms, I thought just looked so strange. It looks like a big block of white, like on the shoulder blade.
Kind of weird.
And like I said, it does make me wonder, like, well, I'm complaining, but what else could they have done in my mind? And I guess they could have just made the spider smaller or something.
I haven't opened Miss Marvel or Green Goblin yet. Those will probably be the last two that I do. Green Goblin will probably be the last one, but Miss Marvel looks really nice. the paint and everything on her looks nice. I'm interested to see how she turns out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a picture with somebody does with her and Miles.
Right. So yeah, we're getting very close to completing that all new Avengers team.
Oh man, we have Mr. Fabio's in the building.
Oh, hello everyone.
Mr. Fabio.
We're talking about this new Spidey wave.
A little bit.
I only got the black costume Spidey. That's all they had at my Black Friday, if you even want to call it that, because I actually went on Saturday. But yeah, it looks like the entire rest of the wave got tapped out. There was only 2 of this guy. And yeah, I agree. I mean, the shoulder blade is kind of weird. That was the first thing I noticed too. But yeah, it's like, how else are they going to do it other than making the spider just a little bit smaller, which I think would have been fine too. Making it just like, I don't know, 5% smaller. That might have been a little bit cleaner as far as the, how they applied the paint on here, because mine's missing a whole bunch of white on it and stuff. I mean, it's a solid wave though, from what I gathered.
You're gonna have your pick of Spideys though, for the most part, because those are 2 per case. So you'll see them around a bit, at least for the first like 2 months or something like that. Then they'll probably dry up.
Right. I mean, I got it just because I was already there. I had a bunch of other shit. For Black Friday though, I got let's see. I got SH Figure Arts Yoshi to go with that Mario that I've had for a minute, and then this is on like Friday, and then I also got some glow-in-the-dark eggs. And it was funny is I went on, actually Thursday, we went after dinner, and they had opened at 5 p.m. It was still like pretty crowded when we got there around like 7:30. They still had the checkout lines like partitioned to accommodate from a rush and all that stuff. So they were like just pushing people out the door. They were just rushing everybody through the registers and stuff. So I got to the register and I had my purchases. And I don't have my RS credit card like with me because it hasn't been mailed yet, so they have to like look it up in the system and all that stuff. So what I do is I like punch in my information, and then like a little receipt prints out with my credit card number, and then I punch that in to pay. So I punch in my information, and she gives me the receipt with my credit card information, and she's like, "All right, thank you, have a good day," and then like rushes me out the door. So I didn't actually get to the part where I had to pay for my purchases, and I just walked out with alien eggs and SHF Yoshi.
Oh man,
So that was my Black Friday deal that I got. 5-finger discount, basically.
You got a Black Friday steal.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Because JC Cortez, you finessed it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I was glad to pay to get my 10% off because it was Thursday, but hey, I'll take it for free.
Okay, you don't want me to pay. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
well.
And I noticed that she did it too. I noticed that I almost corrected her. I was like, "Hey, no, I still have to pay." But I was like, "No, let me just this is not my hill to die on. I'm cool. Let me just let this happen." And then after that, we went to another True. I got the Ash vs. Evil Dead 3-pack, with the creepy kids and Bloody Ash. I got Santa Clark from Christmas Vacation, and I got I got Naruto, SHF Naruto.
Oh yeah, how much was that at your True?
They had it for $54.99, but I used the Black Friday coupon or whatever, where you get, I think it was on Friday itself, you get 20% off one regular price purchase. So I got 20% off on it, plus I used a $20 reward. So I ended up paying like $28 for it or something after tax.
Yeah, that's very good.
If that. I feel like I got one more thing, so I put it in my like haul picture that I put up on Instagram, but I can't remember. I think that's about it, honestly. I didn't really pick up too much. Like it wasn't really on sale for shit like the stuff we collect. None of that stuff is ever on sale on Black Friday. It's always just like the random crap that they keep in the middle of the aisle that's like made to be sold at Black Friday price.
That 20% off and that 15% off thing that they were giving was working out pretty well, man.
Yeah, but it's only one thing. It's not like your entire purchase or whatever. And I think they had like on Friday.
Actually, I don't know about that. I used that 15% off coupon on Saturday. They had a 15% off coupon. I used that shit 4 times throughout the day on Saturday.
Wait, really?
Yeah, at 4 different Toys R Us.
Oh, well, probably at different stores, yeah. I only ended up going to one on Friday.
It was on my whole purchase, though. Like,
Your whole purchase?
Yeah, each
no way.
was discounted.
Yo, I got fucked then. I mean, I don't know.
You got fucked or I got over.
Well, wait a minute. You just got some free shit, and then
All right, but still.
Yeah, you just got
I'm frugal, but that doesn't mean I don't like, walking out with free shit either. I mean, I know they had two different coupons. On Friday, it was the 20% off, and then on Saturday, it was 15% off. I only ended up going on Friday and Thursday, and I figured I was going to go to Frankenstein on Saturday with my buddy Kenji, but I don't know. I figured I'd spent enough money by that point that weekend. I'm just like, I don't want to drive an hour. We're probably not going to make it by the time they open, which is when the real deals are at Frankenstein. People are just going to like trample over each other to get some random shit. So I'm cool. I didn't want to deal with it that Saturday. I just decided to chill.
And that place can be confusing, man. Like, you have to like know where some shit is at. Like, oh man, I gotta go to Dave's booth,
right,
fucking quick, and yeah.
And it's not even like the show is open. It's like certain vendors will open just for Black Saturday or whatever they want to call it. But a lot of the vendors are closed because it's Thanksgiving weekend. So like anyone who gives a shit isn't like actually there. But like Toy Arena, who do a lot of the imports and Transformers, they were having a doorbuster sale. So, door busting means you got to be there right when they fucking open, and you got to elbow some people in the face to get there.
Yeah. Dude, those guys are the best, man. They always give out good deals, Toy Arena.
They do. That's where I got my Batmobile last year for $50.
Yeah, they go to every con up here in NorCal, and they're always the best.
Yeah, they were at Designer Con too. Yeah, they're good dudes. I just, I figured I just didn't want to spend any more money. I know if I went, I probably would have found some shit that I wanted to buy, and I'm like, maybe I should pace myself. I already spent. I got some stuff for free, certainly, but still, just the act of spending money over the weekend had reached a limit to me at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Other than that, man, that's been a pretty solid, decent week. I know Aaron Williams is working on my Michael Keaton head sculpt. He sent me some in-progress photos, so I'm excited to get that. That's about it. I don't know if we talked about the Christian Bale and the Harley, but those were popping up specifically for Black Friday, so if people were still looking for those.
That fucking Christian Bale figure looked weird as fuck.
Yeah, he's cracked out, dude. It reminds me of that scene from Begins where he's like, "Where are the other drugs going?" Like he really wants to fucking know.
Oh wow. Not to interrupt Fabio right now, but
no, you can do it.
Amazon just put up the entire Abomination wave for $90. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anybody who didn't have that,
That's the time to jump in. Oh, another thing I got, actually, I forgot. Speaking of Batman, though, is I got the Bat Signal and Robin 2-pack, or Batman and Robin 2-pack, where they have the cloth capes. Comic Bug was having their Black Lightning deals sale. So they were doing, like, for certain hours, they were discounting certain things. So they happened to be discounting toys right when I was getting ready to leave for work. So it was perfect. I went to work I went to leave for work, and I just stopped there, and I got the Bat Signal for like 20% off. Or 30% off, I should say. Pretty nice. It's a bummer they don't fucking include batteries with it, and it's those tiny little watch batteries too.
Oh God.
Yeah, the batteries alone are gonna cost you like fucking $12 or some shit.
Exactly. It's like I'm paying for what the discount was already. All right, but I mean they're cool. I mean the cloth capes are nice just to like fit them in the Batmobile better, but other than that, they look terrible. They do not match the top of the cowl whatsoever. But either way, I'm happy to have them.
I noticed last night when I was at Walgreens they had Legends. I can't remember if the Black Series were, but I think Legends were $15.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I was saying, man, stuff is just like it's very weird this year for Black Friday. Like a lot of sales weren't advertised. When I was at Walmart, I didn't even know that they were on sale. It's only when I checked out that I found out stuff was on sale, and then I went back. All Legends and Black Series, they were all ringing up at like a little under $16 after tax, and it didn't say shit anywhere. It still said like $19.98 like on each pack. So it was really strange. They never like advertised anything at any of the Walmarts I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And Boog, you said when you got that new the Sandman wave, it was like 14.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got one case yesterday out in Jersey, and I did the 15% off thing. And at Toys R Us right now, it's they've got all these seasonal people for one, so they don't really know shit. You know that,
right?
They had implemented this thing where if you price match something, it has to be the same exact figure for you to price match it. And pretty much everywhere that I was price matching, they just didn't give a fuck. If it said Marvel Legends, then they just gave it to me. So I was price matching, and then I was also using the 15% off coupon. And today, when I went, we went to One True early, like when they opened, and Josh Chaney actually sent me a picture of the bottom of the package for the SKU, and I was talking to one of the employees. This guy was the nerdiest fucking guy ever, but he was the most helpful, most great employee ever. I should have took down his name and shit, but I wish I could give him a shout out of some kind, but he really looked out. But so he's like, I'm like, yeah, you guys have some figures out on the peg, but I know that the Spider-Man, the Absorber Man wave is pretty much the same SKU as the Sandman wave. So I'm like, if if it shows that something is in the back, just check for me anyway, because it actually might be the new one. So he went back there, he bought out a case, and it happened to be the Absorber Man. And he's like, you know what, let me check, because I think it shows that it's two more in the system or whatever. So he goes back and he comes out. He's like, hey, man, it's your lucky day, I think. He's like, I see a black suit Spider-Man in here. I'm like, oh, shit, great. And then I'm like, so he starts looking through it and showing me. I'm like, listen, man, I know what's in there. I'm going to buy the whole case. Just give me the case, whatever. He's like, oh, I can't sell you the whole case. I'm like, why? He's like, well, I can't sell you more than one of each figure.
Oh, fuck you.
And I'm like, all right, well, there's two black suit Spideys in there. All the rest of them are single. So take the black suit Spidey. It doesn't matter. Just give me the 7 figures. And he was like, all right. And I was like, can I price match? And he was like, yeah. And then when he took it out the box and he scanned it, he's like, you know what? They're coming up as $13.99. And I'm like, okay.
Damn.
Come up.
And he's like, and so I start looking for the 15% off coupon and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to really fucking hit him in the head now. And he's like, and he starts ringing him, and he's kind of like, he's looking like befuddled like a motherfucker. He's just like, and I'm like, you know what? This guy is going to be like, nah, I can't ring him up for this price. So I just said, fuck it, and I stopped looking for the coupon, and I just hurried up and paid and got the fuck out of there, basically. So, yeah, I don't know why they rang up at $13.99 or what, but, some way or another, I was going to get a fucking discount on those things no matter what.
Yeah, of course. I love being that guy who's just got the rewards credit card they got to look up. They got the rewards number they got to look up. You got 3 rewards coupons to use. You got the 20% Black Friday coupon. I love being that guy. I'm going to be on those extreme couponing shows. Give me another couple years.
Until they pull a Wispin on you and put your picture up on the back, said, do not sell to this man.
That happened to Wisman?
Pretty much. I mean, he was trying to get a wave at Target, and he had Pharaoh call, and because they this is like before the street date, and they had the figures, they just wouldn't put them out, and they wouldn't sell it to him. And so Pharaoh called and said, hey, I'm looking for this such and such thing, and I can't remember what wave it was, but so they said, okay, yeah, we'll have it here waiting for you at customer service. So Wispin shows up, and he's about to pay, and the manager almost comes running over and says, no, you can't pay it. You can't sell them to him.
To him specifically?
Well, it seems like that, because every time he would go, like, he would get shot down. So, it was like a running joke that they would have a picture of him up at the store. It says, do not sell to this man.
That's the worst kind of racial profiling. The kind against Michael Wisman. What else? What else do you guys do this week? You guys all have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, not too bad.
I did. I got up with my family and ate a lot and drank a lot, and it was a good time. It was a nice, relaxed time. No nonsense, no drama, so that was great.
This must have been one of the hardest Thanksgivings for anybody in America, to not talk about politics with their family.
You know what? We actually did not talk about politics at all.
Yeah, I actually went to my girlfriend's family, and they have fucking 30 people there. It was crazy, but yeah, it was pretty civil. Nobody really talked about anything. We even had the news on.
Unfortunately, my girlfriend's parents are just as liberal as me, so we didn't really, we just kind of consoled each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's all,
I
all we
know
can
the
do.
Cumberland family is pretty politically diverse, so I'm glad it didn't get to that point. It was all just making fun of the fat cousin. Business as usual. Oh, so today's the deadline for the tournament, huh?
No, it's not.
Oh, we extended the deadline?
Yeah, it's not. You know what? I meant to say that as soon as we got on, but yeah, the a couple of people did actually send in entries today, but entries are not today. It's January 8th, 2017. You still have.
I meant for the sign-ups, actually.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry for signups. No, even that time got extended though.
Oh.
Yeah. So you actually still have until December. I want to say December 18th to still sign up.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to correct this Instagram post I just put up, then.
And when I get my my bearings together through this episode, I'll have all the information. But I'm gonna actually be putting up a video to kind of detail all this information. We're gonna be dropping another trailer, and there's still time for you to get in. Still time for you to get going and make it happen. But I'll get my shit together towards the end of the episode and have all the information.
All right. Well, I'm gonna update this. You said December 18th.
I believe so. I got to look that up. But, I mean, basically, you can definitely say that, the first round post date is not until January 8th, 2017, though.
Okay. Well, I just lied to my entire follower base, so thanks.
They'll get over it.
Yeah, I mean they're a sporting bunch.
Maybe I.
I'll just put it's December 18th for now.
I was talking to Z-Rack Imram. He said that the Rogue One tickets go on sale tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I got a coworker who fucking loves Star Wars. He's like, "Oh, did you get your tickets yet?" Last week. I'm like, what? I'll probably just get them the day of, like for the other Star Wars movies. And he's like, "What? You're crazy, man." No, it's pretty good thing to do. I don't think there's gonna be a big rush around here to see Star Wars stuff. I don't know how it is with you guys, but it's not like the biggest thing in the world around here.
I'm pretty excited to see it. I'm hoping there's going to be some redemption because Episode 7 was way too similar to Episode 4, in my opinion. So I need a palate cleanser.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's going to be a good one.
It was like a fucking carbon copy, new age version.
Yeah. I remember watching Episode 7 and being like, wow, this feels a lot like the original. Like, they're even having the dynamic camera around the planning table as they decide how to take down the super weapon scene. Like, at that point, I was like, okay, this is a little on the nose. I wonder if anyone else is, like, noticing this. It's probably just me. If I can get out the movie and that's what everybody's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Rogue One seems like it'll be sort of on its own. So I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I don't know. I feel like I'm looking forward to Rogue One more than I was to Episode 7.
I'm a little disappointed because I don't watch trailers, and I thought that Rogue One was going to be devoid of anything Skywalker, and then to find out who's in it and all that jazz is like, oh, come on, I wanted. Like, can we start like weaning ourselves off the Skywalker family and just like, I'm glad that they're going to do a young Han Solo movie. So it'll be hopefully, obviously the Empire will probably still exist, but, hopefully just focused on him and people that are not affiliated with the Skywalkers,
Right.
Like,
I mean, they got to get someone else to
I'm not going to spoil.
bring down the franchise.
I'm not going to spoil for you anything, Todd. But the big rumor from Rogue One is that there's a big reason for Darth Vader to be there. And,
From what I understand, they're adding like new bits of mythology into the to the whole backstory as far as I guess like the Jedi Temple and all this random stuff like surrounding the Kyber crystals, which is how they made the Death Star.
They're doing a Rebels. Rebels had like 2 episodes about the Jedi temples and like a Jedi receiving his lightsaber and receiving a crystal.
I think it's all done to be set up for some new elements they're going to introduce in Episode 8. So it's not like we're just hearing about it out of nowhere. It's almost like we have this pseudo prequel to lead us into it, so that when that plot point comes, it's not like, whoa, where did they get that from? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, doing backstory in this movie so they don't have to do it in the next one.
Right, and then they can just focus on hopefully like a good, current timeline narrative, rather than having to rely on the nostalgia of the original franchise. I mean, it's the same franchise, but original movies.
Ray's gonna wake up like in the middle of the snow, and it's gonna be like, no!
Yeah, if this movie fucking starts with a snow battle, I'm out.
It's not gonna be called Hoth, it's gonna be called Both.
It's gonna be called Cold.
Oh man, they're on Planet Cold right now.
Oh, wait. I was like setting up some shit and putting some shit in my detox. So wait, they confirmed that Luke Skywalker is going to be in Rogue One?
No, Darth Vader.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
Todd doesn't like to watch trailers, and he didn't know that it was going to feature a Skywalker. The film.
Well, originally, yeah, but I knew that, because of the loudmouths on the internet, I knew that Darth Vader was going to be in it, so that kind of, because I was hopeful that it wasn't going to be, there was not going to be any kind of Skywalker family connections going on in Rogue One. I thought it was going to be like completely new characters and storyline, but yeah, so that was kind of a bummer.
Hey man, you want new characters and storyline? I highly recommend you watch Rebels.
Yeah, I picked up Kanan and Ahsoka, and I probably will get what's that new chick, the spray paint chick, Sabine. Yeah, I'll probably pick her up.
Are you gonna get the Darth Revan?
No.
Oh, dude, that's the most badass Sith Lord from Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the guy that, spoiler alert, you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I had to get him. We'll see how good it is.
I mean, it looks pretty solid. I think I saw Pharaoh do a pretty good photo with it.
Yeah, and I know Boog's not loving it so much.
No? Boog, do you have it already, or are you just not digging the idea of getting it?
I'm not really big on that shit because I don't really know about the character, for one, but for two, I could tell that the shit barely moves, so fuck that figure.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty heavy on the robes, I guess. I don't know. It looks cool. I don't fucking collect Star Wars, so I don't give a shit. But I don't know. It's kind of a cool thing to have as far as like an expanded universe collection. It's cool that they made it. I don't care about those or the Rebels or anything like that, though. Rick, you keep singing the praises of Rebels, but I don't know. I'm not into it.
What have you watched? And I swear if you say just the first season, you're dead to me.
All right, well, write my epitaph because it's just the first season.
Damn it, Fabio. The first season tone was really like, was very lighthearted and like a lot like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They really didn't know what they wanted to do, and the first season ended with like an hour and like 20-minute long film, and that film got really dark, and from that point on, it started being much more much darker, much more serious, and there was a lot at stake when they were doing things now. They weren't just like smuggling random things like behind stormtroopers' backs and whatnot. We started to see Darth Vader, and he was fucking insane. So it gets really good. It gets very good. Highly recommend anyone has any interest in Star Wars, watch Rebels. It's canon, and rumor is there's going to be a lot that comes from the finality of that show. So it's good if you like Star Wars. Definitely watch it.
You think it'll tie into Rogue One, or is it on a different timeline? As far as where is it before?
It's a little bit. It's a little bit before Rogue One.
Okay.
But people, the rumor, the speculation right now is that it has even grander meaning in that show than even Rogue One. There's rumor that a character on that show is somebody that's very, very big in the current universe.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, it could be
saying
Snoke or whatever.
Yeah, that character. We just don't know who or anything like that, but it's implied that, there's going to be a lot that comes from this show. I highly recommend people check it out. If you're into the Star Wars universe, at least. If you just like to watch the films, it's not a big deal for you, then you can skip it. But you like that universe, you like that world, definitely check out Rebels and don't hold the first season against it. I'm telling you, get through the first season, watch the first movie. Oh yeah, Fabio's gone. But this goes out to all the people watching,
Fabio's gone.
He dropped. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
he lost connection.
He was so excited about my pitch for Rebels, he wanted to go watch it right now.
Exactly.
Oh man, Rick is getting me pumped. Bye. Gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I had some questions for him.
I'm sure he'll be back. His computer kind of acts up a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, he's stealing Wi-Fi from his neighbor.
Yeah, he's stealing Wi-Fi from his neighbor.
Hey, Boog, you haven't got the Figure Arts Black Panther?
Not yet. You know what? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I haven't got a ship notification yet because the shit's been paid for damn near a year already. And
What?
I got an email that said it was processing, and then that was it. I don't know what's up.
Do you know did Darius have some sort of hookup?
That I don't know. I didn't actually speak to him. I think he got his through his shop. So they just they got theirs at the time that it released in Japan probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets it through the store that he works at, and they order direct from over there. So
Yeah, I was hoping that. Well, I ended up getting mine from a seller on eBay, and initially they had sent me a fucking letter in the mail, and I thought it was going to be the package, the figure. That was like about a month ago. I remember hitting you up and saying, "Hey, I might be getting the fucking figure early. Maybe getting the review up." And it was just a letter saying, "Hey, thanks for your pre-order. We'll send the package as soon as the figure is out." I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
you know why they do that, Todd?
To make it look like they actually shipped it when they haven't shipped it.
Yep.
Right.
I was doing pre-orders for a little bit on eBay, and dude, when you do too many and don't do a tracking number, they fucking freeze your account. They go crazy.
Okay. Well, and yeah, I for a second I thought I was getting scammed, but they have 100% feedback, and they have like 24,000 or something, their feedback score. So I wasn't too paranoid. I wasn't too worried that they were going to screw me. But I emailed them and said, "Hey, I know this figure is getting released this week. When are you planning to ship it?" And they said, "We'll ship it as soon as we get it. We should be getting it this week." And they haven't got it yet. It's Monday morning in Japan right now, or in China. So hopefully in the next couple of days they're going to be getting them. But what's funny is that when I have ordered stuff,
if they're in China and they're ordering from the Tamashi China website, then they probably get it like a few weeks later.
Oh, okay.
So and also in Japan, even though they start shipping, not everyone gets them right away. So sometimes they do it in waves. So sometimes depending on what that person ordered, they usually ship it all in one package. So if the guy ordered Black Panther and another item, but the other item's not out yet, then sometimes they'll batch it all together and ship it at once.
Yeah, that'll suck. Well, I'll get it when I get it, but yeah, what screwed me is that I ordered it from Nippon Yasan, and I had canceled I had ordered something else, and I canceled that order, and they said, "Fuck you, we're closing your account."
Yeah, I ordered from Nippon too, but like I said, I got a processing email, but I thought that it was gonna ship on the 25th. I thought it would be ready because I've been paid for it. So I don't know what's up. Maybe I'll hear something today. Like you said, it's Monday now. So
Yeah, so So lesson to anybody who orders from an import site, especially Japan Nissan, don't tell them you want to cancel anything, because they may or may not just cancel your account, kill all your pre-orders and close your account. I hit up Darius and asked him ahead of time, like, hey, what do you think is going to happen? And he said, oh, they'll probably just give you a warning. But Darius is the wrong person to ask, because he orders so much shit from Japan that they're going to let it slide for him. But for somebody who orders like 1 or 2 things a year, they're like, screw you, we don't need you.
Yeah, sometimes it really is the luck of the draw. Like, you could be dealing with a really nice customer service person, and they'll just be like, oh, okay, like, don't fucking do it again. You do it again, you're banned. And then sometimes you could just be dealing with somebody that's an asshole. They could be having a bad day, and they're like, fuck this account, dude. You're banned. Fuck you. Your address is banned. Your name is banned. Your email is banned. You can't fucking buy here.
Yeah.
It really all just depends. I know some people through Ami that only cancel once, and they get banned immediately. And I know some people that, like, have claimed, at least, they claim to me they've canceled like 20 times and never get banned. It really all depends on the luck of the draw of who's fucking handling you.
Yeah, I've canceled a few times on Ami, maybe 3 times tops. And each time I wrote my little email and said what it was. It's been legit reasons and shit. One time it was just because I had ordered it from somewhere else and got it first. So it was just like, hey, listen, I just don't need it. But I had some other stuff that I was paying for, like, around the same time. I'm like, but I'm definitely paying for this, so it's good, right? And they were like, sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and take me for example. In this year, I canceled 2 orders and they banned me. So,
damn.
Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw.
They just hate Spanish last names.
They looked at my last name and they were like, he's one of those Hispanics. He's banned.
Yeah. If your last name ends in Z.
Yeah. They're like, who else has a last name that ends in Z? Russians? Turkovitz?
Polish, yeah.
Yeah, Polish, huh?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was, so be careful, everybody out there that cancels orders through whether it be Ami or Nippon Yasan. Sometimes they'll get you, sometimes they'll be nice. You never fucking know. So you better hold your breath until you get the email.
Man,
What else is going on this week? Anything else happened this week as far as collecting? Anything came out?
Oh, I mean, it's not a release, but I think we're coming up pretty soon on the Kickstarter being, I mean, not the Kickstarter, but pre-orders being taken for articulated icons.
You mean for them to stop pre-orders?
Yeah, I believe it's like one of the first 2 weeks of December, no?
They said December 31st will be when they're going to start shipping. So I think if you order by the 30th, you'll be okay. You might not make the cutoff if you order on the 31st. So,
so be aware, people.
Get them in now.
The time is now.
Yeah. What's the name? They had a review up this past week of the Black Deluxe Ninja. So if you didn't see that, you should definitely go on the foosh.com or on the A.C.B.A fan page. We linked it there as well. Or the Foosh's YouTube channel. You'll find it. But the fucking Ninja looks amazing, man. It looks great. I mean, we knew that since 2 weeks ago when they did the live stream. But yeah, it looks great, man. You definitely don't want to miss out on these.
Yeah,
we had
Dallas's pictures have been nuts.
We had Mike Fleck on the podcast last weekend, and that episode goes up on Friday. And we talked to Punker Mike, who got to handle them at Fabio's comic book shop, and I think we convinced Mike Fleck that he needs to order them because he didn't back the Kickstarter.
Yeah, he's got to get on that. Mike, what you doing out there, baby?
Yeah, I told him, is that all those New York cats that are near him that you guys can go in on an order together.
Yeah, that's what you need though at this point. You gotta go half with somebody on some of those larger orders because it's not cheap. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not fucking cheap.
You know, if you didn't get on the Devoted Legion, then you're paying more for shipping, especially if you're late in the game like that is now.
You're paying more. Period. That shit's just not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fucking up. I'm just gonna have to pay out the ass and buy individuals. It's gonna suck.
When these shits start going on secondary market, going on eBay and shit, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I'm about to let go of fuck. I don't even remember the name of these fucking figure lines. The one by the Four Horsemen. It's like very recent. They're like knights and like skulls and.
Oh, Mythic Legion.
Yeah, Mythically, I'm about to sell these and fund articulated icons for these.
Yeah, Mythic Legions had some nice shits. Yo, I was fucking mad that I didn't at least get a couple of those trolls when I saw Darius's picture with Wonder Woman and that was like a perfect pair up and shit right there. I mean, those can go for quite a few different figures as just enemies and shit.
And well, if you're interested, I have a knight and a skeleton knight if you want them.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I was doing a trade with a friend and he offered them and I was like, yeah, I'll just take them and now that I have them, I'm just kind of like, well, what the fuck do I do with these now?
What you gonna do with the skeleton knight, man?
Yeah, and they're big. These figures are fucking huge, man. They're even like too big for like the He-Man figures.
Really?
Yeah, these things are huge. So I'm just kind of like, fuck, man. I can't even put them like with like guts for like a Berserk display because these things are like fucking giants.
Seriously, they're like Marvel Select scale or what?
Almost like just a little bit under that. Like they're huge, man. They're pretty big.
Wow. Yeah, I thought they were Legend scale.
I didn't know they were that big either. I kind of thought like, oh, DC UC scale. I was fucking sorely mistaken, man. Like you really can't. Like and I can't even think about it in my head right now. Who would have done a picture? Like you really can't take a picture with those things, like next to any legend, or unless you want the legends to look like they're getting fucked up.
Yeah. Well, what about the Thor?
Yeah, the Thor would be good. You know what's really good? I'm sure is the trolls. I don't have any of the trolls. I think the trolls would be fine because they're small anyways. But like the knights and like the skull knights and stuff like that, like they're really big. They're really big. They're huge.
Yeah, those trolls look pretty cool, man. Let me see if I can find that picture.
Yeah, those trolls. That's what I wanted most. And when he told me he only had a knight and a skeleton, I was like, oh well, fuck it, I'll just take it.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with stuff that's what's that genre? Fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah.
Fantasy genre stuff, unless it's Thor, Asgardians. So, yeah, I'd never really paid much attention to that figure line, but they look nice. Definitely look nice. I like seeing pictures people take with them. I've got a figure that I'm gonna try to sell here pretty soon. A dwarf figure that will scale pretty well with those. I told Mark Nolan about it. And he picked one up. But yeah, I guess most of those are too big for a lot of figures. Maybe Master of the Universe?
Nah, he said they was even kind of big for those.
Well,
Yeah, they're a little bit big. You know what I'll do? I'll fucking while we're here on the podcast, we'll keep talking, but I'll take a picture of it next to like other figures, and you could see the scale. They're freaking huge. Like I said, my friend just really wanted some figures I had, and I said fine. I asked him to tell me what he had, and he told me those, and I was like, hey man, I love Berserk. I have a few Berserk figures. Like just give me those, and I'll do a display, with Guts or something like that. Eventually, when I got them in, man, they make Guts look like a child. They're huge.
Wow. Yeah, speaking of fantasy, I brought this up to Boog in preparation for when he does his video update about the tournament. But I wanted to specify to people that the third round of the tournament is cosmic, and don't get confused with characters from like another dimension, like demons and trolls, or like what's that Game of Thrones. Like, don't get confused with just because it's another world, that if it's fantasy based like Harry Potter or something, that doesn't really fall into the category of cosmic.
Yeah, you got to think space, man, not fantasy.
Yeah, you can't do a Lord of the Rings display or like a fucking a Game of Thrones display and be like, ah.
You can't do an Africa display and say it's the third world.
Yeah, I mean, even Doctor Strange, I would try to kind of maybe not go in that route, that direction, because, they are, like Dormammu technically is from another dimension, but that's still kind of on the magic side of things, on the like, spiritual or metaphysical type of environment, not really what do you think of traditionally as like a space category, like a science fiction, or aliens, people from other planets.
I'm just seeing a picture of this Obi-Wan. That doesn't look that great to me.
Which Obi-Wan, the new SHF one?
Yeah, that doesn't look like Obi-Wan. What the fuck?
Oh, let's talk about that new Chewbacca.
Oh, man. Look
He
kind of
is too fucking short. Yeah, Han Solo should only come up to his shoulder, and his head is above his shoulder, like significantly. Like
Yeah, when I saw Robo talking about that, he was kind of making a few excuses and shit. Like, well, he's kind of leaning, whatever. I'm like, nah, that shit's short, man. I don't know. That shit looks short.
In fact, I'm going to break out my Black Series Chewbacca and Han.
Yeah, I will say that's one thing that the Black Series probably got right is the height difference between the two, or at least the height for Chewbacca was right. It's just that, that shit had really no articulation. And the fact that he has that fucking stupid-ass screaming face the whole entire time, and you can't do anything with that shit with pictures. It's just so annoying.
That's why you have to get
Once again,
you got to get the Rogue
Black
One.
Series. These arrogant motherfuckers with that dumbass Chewbacca. Then you put out another Chewbacca that still doesn't have a fucking... still can't...
The dirty Chewbacca?
Basically.
Yeah, you have to get the Rogue One Chewbacca to get the normal expression on his face. Okay, so I've got Chewbacca. Yeah, dude. Fucking Han Solo doesn't even come up. He still has like 2 inches of figure space before he gets to the top of his shoulder. His hair doesn't even clear his shoulder. So.
And it's weird because the Chewbacca looks pretty good. I like the look of it. I like the fact that it's going to have the interchangeable face or what have you. But man, that height is like not cool, man. Not cool. Look at this Obi-Wan right here, man. Just looks like a bearded white guy. That doesn't look like it. Look at that shit, Rick.
Wow,
Yeah, I think I've seen this picture earlier through Darius, and I think the problem is mainly the beard and the nose. That nose doesn't look like Ewan McGregor's nose, and that beard is a little bit too short. Like it should be double the thickness, I think, of the beard. It just it didn't turn out well. I mean, I don't think it's terrible or anything, but it didn't turn out as good as the first Obi-Wan, which was
yeah, the first Obi-Wan was good.
Nuts. You'd swear, some Indian in the cupboard type of shit. This dude just came to life on you.
Right.
First one, and then this one is just It's not where it should be.
I blame Emiya.
Tell him, Emiya, why did you do this?
Do what?
Why did you do this to Obi-Wan?
What did I do to Obi-Wan?
You made him this way. Jesus.
Made him not look like Ewan McGregor.
Jesus.
Oh, well, just wait for Hot Toys one.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. They're usually pretty they've been pretty
Any bearded characters, I think it's always kind of difficult.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you lose the face.
I just think in that scale, at 1/12 scale, it's just really difficult. I mean, if you're looking for actor likeness, like realism and stuff, I think it's just difficult. I mean, in 1/6 scale, it's actually kind of difficult as well. I mean, if you look at Hot Toys, and they do like some of the best head sculpts ever. Even some of theirs, the bearded guys, like if they have like stubble, like fucking what's his name, Viggo Mortensen's very difficult to do as well. As Aragorn, that's particularly hard. And then if you look at
I remember you and Mr. Brian, the Red Comet Custom, were talking about it before.
Yeah. There's certain actors is different. Even if you look at Hugh Jackman Wolverine, like actually they didn't really start nailing it till the Days of Future Past one, in my opinion.
Oh my God, yeah, there were so many problems with
and I mean they didn't look bad, they just didn't look like Hugh Jackman.
No, yeah, especially like who could forget the famous like smiling like crazy smile face, like what the fuck, when is Hugh Jackman ever
kind of like him, and like I said, the head sculpt and the paint is always spot on. I mean, it's always on point, but the actual sculpt, the likeness is always a little bit off. So, but then
did a good job on.
That one looked really good. Days of Future Past Wolverine looked really good. I'm assuming maybe the Logan one will be good too.
Figure Arts did a good job on Mace Windu, right?
Oh, I mean, he has no facial. I mean, Samuel Jackson actually is one of the easier ones, actually. I don't think there's any really bad head sculpts of him out there. Anything is done, at least with an official approval. I don't think there's any really bad ones. But then, like I said, certain actors, it's tough. Certain actors, it just depends on, I guess, the shape of your face. How distinct it is, things like that. I mean, Harrison Ford is also pretty difficult as well.
Yeah, Harrison Ford gets messed up. Yeah.
They didn't really start nailing it till Han Solo, actually, for Hot Toys. I mean, all the Indiana Jones and other ones they've done, even other companies have tackled it, even like really well-known sculptors that have tackled it. It's always a little bit off. I think the first time it's done pretty well, I think, is Han Solo, the Episode 4 one. And then obviously Episode 7 one, that one looks really good as well. So, I mean, of course, it's not 100% maybe, but in the 90%, 95%. So, even the DX Indiana Jones, that one wasn't very good either. So, we'll see when the SHF one comes out. That one looks pretty good in the picture, but again, when you finally have it in hand, it could be different. So,
I was really looking forward to that SHF Han Solo, but with him not coming with an alternate head, that really turned me off. He just looks so like plain, I was expecting. I wanted an angry head or a smirking head or something. I felt like for the price, I should be getting a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like you said in I think it was your video, like I think it was the one you just put out with like the wolves and stuff like that. Like you said, just wait until you can weigh out all your options. You can see what Mafex eventually has to offer. If what they put out you deem isn't even as good enough as what SHF did or better, you can just switch to that. It's the nice, and I mean it's nice and it's also bad part of being a collector right now. We have a lot of options.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold out for the Mafex. Hopefully Mafex pulls off Han and Chewie. We'll see. We shall see.
My plan was just to at least get the original trilogy Rebels team. You know, Han, Solo, Leia, Luke. Like, you know, just one good version of each of them to have together from one line. And nobody seems to be able to be trying to finish up or give you good options, man. Everybody's fucking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Star Wars, Black Series, and Marvel Legends, like, they have such a hard time completing fucking teams.
Yep.
Like, to complete a fucking team already. Like this, how long are we gonna have to wait for Overdrive now?
I don't even know how they would stick him into anything, really. I'm really curious to see how they're going to figure that out.
For Spider-Man wave.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's not a known character at all.
No. And it'd be pretty easy to kit bash. Like, you could use the movie Electro body.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what they'll probably use for the official figure.
Mm-hmm. Bastards. Now we never get I'm always complaining we never get any classic versions of characters.
Yeah, I think the problem is that you know, sometimes they just they have so many ideas and things floating that they want to do, and then when, like, you know, more modern stories become popular, more modern characters start to gain popularity, they kind of start shifting at random to different things, and, like, you know, to choose these different characters at times, and it is frustrating. You know, it's frustrating that everyone you know, everyone wants a certain thing, and when we don't get it, it sucks. Certain characters and whatnot. I mean, we're very close to finishing that Sinister Six. We're just missing that one guy with the motorcycle, right?
Yeah, that's what we just saying.
Yeah, superior foes. Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys were just saying, on that Electro body would be good. It is gonna suck to not get a motorcycle, but I'm sure, you know, there'll be a way to finesse some type of motorcycle.
Well, you know, he doesn't really. His thing, though, his power is that he can kind of make a getaway vehicle out of anything, or kind of fabricate some type of getaway vehicle. It's not just motorcycles; it could be any fucking thing. So, because of that, they're not going to give you anything. But it's not just, you know, it's not just the motorcycle.
I hope that if we get a couple of Thor, or just even one Thor wave next year, that we get a classic Thor, that series 3 Thor is so small. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. The old classic Toy Biz one is so small.
Yeah, so many problems.
Cape is terrible. I got two I'm staring at right now. One I was going to trip a cloth cape on. It's just so tiny. So many things that we need.
Who's down in the comments? Any questions down there? We're gonna wrap it up early tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of stuff didn't happen this week, or nothing particularly special, other than the Spidey Legends coming out. So, nothing too crazy we could talk about. Or you also were bringing up in your video the other day that a Walgreens review.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to do another video in the next couple days. Walgreens. Looks like we know what the Walgreens exclusive for the summer is going to be. I posted it on Instagram @_rectangular with a K, and Invisible Woman looks like it's going to be the first Walgreens exclusive for the year.
Yeah, you breaking up a little bit.
Invisible Woman that they showed at SDCC.
Yeah, it's gonna be A possible Walgreens exclusive.
No, he says
Looks
it's
like
already showing up in the computers already.
Oh yeah, you know what? When I
yeah,
saw you post that, I said that that'll probably be the second one we get. That one will probably have some type of. It'll be a variant of some sort, maybe some translucent parts or something like that. I bet you that the regular version of That Invisible Woman will come in a wave or in a box set or some shit.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me that they would double that, like they did with what's the Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we don't know if we're going to get a box set of Fantastic Four. That would be probably the most logical thing, from either Entertainment Earth or, what's funny is that we never got an Entertainment Earth exclusive this year. I don't think we didn't even get an Amazon exclusive this year.
No, yeah. Now that you bring it up, we haven't.
Yeah, so
I mean, you never know. That shit might drop any day now, right before Christmas.
Yeah, at random shit will just hit.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hit us right before Christmas with something from Amazon or Entertainment Earth.
Festivus Miracle.
The Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, don't forget to start asking any questions you have. I mean, as long as you're not asking Boog what his favorite Marvel Legends is, ask whatever you want. Please, no fucking favorite Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I've also got some possible news about the Guardians wave, so hopefully we'll be putting that up here in a couple days.
Yeah, I was happy that I waited. Well, at first I was really pissed because I thought that I missed it, but I was really happy when I waited for the Guardians, and then the price ended up dropping on that box.
Yeah, if nobody saw it, it dropped down to $60, which is pretty damn crazy. I mean, that's like what, $12 a figure.
Oh yeah, and two of them technically being BAFs. So you're paying basically $12 each for what is two BAFs.
Yeah, and all those figures. I mean, the paint, everything, all those figures. The QC has been really good on them.
Yeah, I will say that was a very good box set.
And I have two Gamoras, and one of them's got a little bit of a smudge on her costume, but otherwise they turned out really nice.
Oh man,
Who's monitoring the chat? Because I'm not seeing it.
oh yeah, Boog's great friend Flipnosis. He's wondering what Boog's favorite Marvel Legend is. Oh Jesus Christ!
Fucking Billy.
Sonic Rockman X is wondering, did the cutout ship yet, Boog? What's the deal, man?
No, they should actually start shipping by. I want to say they'll probably start shipping Friday. I'm hoping Friday, but yeah, yeah, it was holiday time, man. We took a little break, but yeah, I think Friday they'll ship out. Friday at the end of this coming week, so very soon, very soon. What was I gonna say? Oh, you said Billy. Mike Wang is actually out here right now, from Canada. I was supposed to actually maybe meet up with him tonight, but I just had too much shit going on, and we was gonna do the podcast and whatever. I should be meeting up with him tomorrow. Him and his girl, and me and my girl. We'll probably go like have some drinks or some dinner or some shit like that while he's here in town. So that should be pretty cool.
I'm sure he'll stop by Darius's shop at some point.
Yeah, definitely. He's actually not too far from there where he's staying, his hotel. He could actually walk over there. But he's out here for work though, so he'll be having to do some shit during the daytime, and then I think we're gonna meet up in the evening tomorrow.
Yeah, give him my best, because we're gonna have him on the podcast pretty soon.
Yeah, Mike Wang is the man. But yeah, our Canadian friends, we got Mike Wang, we got Billy, we got CJ. Who else is up in Canada? Shout out to Corey, who I just picked up. What's that chick's name? That's me. What's the lightsaber wielding chick?
You talking about Ahsoka?
Yeah, I just picked up an Ahsoka for him today from Target.
Yeah, I mean, I know he doesn't really post anymore, but anybody who's been in the community for a while will remember the name when I say it. But the stash bin.
Yeah, Stash Bin, definitely. I see him. I see him around on Instagram.
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, I forget his last name. It's like Castanet or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
Castaneda. Yeah. Uncanny Assassin. He's wondering what our opinions are on DC icons. Boog, do you have any? What's the deal?
I don't have any of those figures, man. I when the Batman first dropped, I was with my man Dave when he bought it. He opened it in a car and shit. I got to fuck around with it, and I said, you know what, this is a nice figure. It's got a nice sculpt and everything, but the lack of articulation, I can't fuck with it. And they haven't. You know, they've been so inconsistent on top of that too. These long lapses and drops and shit, and like they haven't upgraded the articulation, so I can't fuck with those. I'm not. First of all,
I was gonna say they actually have slowly updated the articulation, but like you said, there is no arguing that these guys, man, they've been spacing out these releases terribly. Like starting with Green Lantern, John Stewart, you could do like the SHF. You drop down the crotch on the thigh, and he's able to lift up for more movement now. So it is slowly like updating, but it's like, how can you even get into a line when it takes this long? I mean, the Static Shock was supposed to release in July. I know, Rick, the Static Shock stan, whatever, man. But that guy was supposed to release in July. He was later delayed to September. And on September, the day he was supposed to release, they were like, well, never mind, he's going to release in April. Those kind of delays, those are pretty ridiculous. And the line does have its problems, although they're very slowly improving. Like Boog said, it's a lot of inconsistencies, not just in the figures themselves, but the times that they're supposed to release. It's a pain in the ass right now.
Speaking of delays, Harvey was asking me what's up with the Marvel Select Destroyer. It was supposed to have been out this week, and it looks like it got pushed back to February. So
yeah, I saw that too. That people weren't too happy that all of a sudden they just checked their pre-orders and it was like February.
Yeah.
A month delay, is not a problem, but when all of a sudden it's like although it wasn't the case for the Destroyer, sometimes these delays, like with certain companies, all of a sudden it's like 6 months difference. Like, what the fuck? How does that even happen?
Yeah, it'll be worth the wait though. This thing's gonna be killer.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be really good. Tiny Howlett. He's wondering. I mean, I guess this is a question mainly for you and for Boog and Todd, because I've never personally done it. I just haven't had the opportunity arise yet. But as a judge for the A.C.B.A. tournament, what has been the hardest part for you in the past?
Well, in the first round, you have to watch a lot of videos, and you got to watch them over and over. I personally watch every video like 3 to 5 times. I mean, there's going to be some people who are, really green, who don't really know what they're doing, and you don't really have to spend a lot of time watching those because they either didn't follow the rules or they just don't understand what is involved. But those are becoming less and less common, and just the amount of time it takes to write down. If you've watched Sling's videos on when he judges, I have a very similar process, probably even take more time than he does. I do everything on the computer. I have a spreadsheet, or actually all the judges have a spreadsheet, and just picking through, looking for mistakes. That's the thing, is that you're, especially when the seasoned veterans, when it's come down to who did better than another, you're really just looking for any little mistake that they made. But it's very time consuming. So that's the most difficult part.
The first round is usually the hardest to get through because, like you said, it's a lot of videos to watch. It's hard and it's difficult because, like you said, when you see some shit that's just not great, you could order, you could score that easier than something that is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. But yeah, you spend a lot of time because you've got to watch shit 2 and 3 times. Sometimes you'll see some shit and you don't even get the concept, and you got to watch that shit like 10 times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, I don't know. It's a task. It's definitely not easy. But the payoff is actually seeing some hot shit though. Like at the end of the day, we still fans too. We got to get into judge mode and shit. But like, I will say we probably all like on our first view of viewing some shit. We're in fan mode for a second. You know what I'm saying? So it is pretty exciting to see some of the things that people come up with and the things that people do.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there you go, Tiny. I hope that answers your question. Tiny. Huh. All right, Joey Medina is asking, what's the one team you want to complete the most? I'm assuming he's referring to Marvel Legends.
A team that I really want to complete. Right now, I got my eyes set on that all new Avengers. So, we just got this Miss Marvel and this new Spider-Man wave. We still need the female Thor. We still need Iron Man and his most latest suit, and we need and we still waiting for the Kid Nova. So I'm pretty interested in completing that team, and as always, I want to get a legit '90s Jim Lee X-Men, of course.
Yeah, I would have to agree that it would probably be for me. It would probably be the '90s Jim Lee X-Men.
We getting really close to, I guess, the core Spider-Verse team. I don't know. I get like who we missing? We missing the
Spider-Punk,
Nora, Spidey, and maybe like 1 or 2 others, I guess.
Yeah, I've honestly been really shocked that we haven't gotten that Noah Spidey because it's such an easy one to do.
It is.
Yeah, I've been shocked every time a Spidey wave is announced. I'm like, aha, now it's gonna be the Noah Spidey, and it never happens, and I'm just like, oh shit, like.
For me, it's got to be, especially now that we're getting Gamora. We need. We're getting Angela. That's got to be Gamora in her spacesuit, and Starlord in his spacesuit, which is probably less likely. But that first half of Volume 3 of Guardians, it's fantastic for me. So Angela, when Angela and Gamora are together on that team, that was the best.
that Angela looks really nice in person. I was telling people because you always sound like a crazy person when you're coming from the con and you tell them like, I swear it looks better in person, but a lot of people were ragging on that Angela's paint not looking too crazy, impressive or anything, but it was really good.
They spent a lot of money on that figure. I mean, you look at it's like a whole new mold pretty much. I mean, all the sculpted detail that figure has.
Not to mention the fact that they had to pay to be able to use and to buy that character. For sure. There's a lot that went into it.
Everybody welcome Pancho.
Oh man, Mr. Pancho's here. Pancheezy. He's easy peasy Pancheezy.
You must have got some shit this past week, huh?
Pancho!
All right, maybe he can.
Yeah,
I can't remember what you look like.
You must have been having audio problems like I was having.
Nick Wiltshire is asking, will we ever get a Professor X in a hover chair? Hopefully.
I see your man. Who was that was selling one recently? Was that Loose Collector?
Loose collector.
Which is
I would see that. I would see that more as a Build-A-Figure or a exclusive of some kind.
Yeah. I'm sure any of us that have been doing this for a while know that that Hasbro has been toying with the idea of doing a Professor X with a hover chair, but honestly, who knows when the hell we're getting that? I hope it's soon, but who knows when. The thought of that figure has come in their mind before, and they've played with that idea and doing it, but we've not seen any improvement, any sample. So, who's to say? Pancho, are you there? For the love of God, Pancho!
Well, we're trying to wrap it up.
Oh man. Oh, he's saying Spider. We don't have Spider Ham either. This guy
Yeah.
Thanos Ruler says. Oh man, our good friend Dave Bronx is here, and he's asking, "What's your favorite Billy Harrington figure?" Dave Bronx, you couldn't have asked me an easier question. You're throwing softballs, Dave. Okay, everyone knows the best Billy Harrington figure is the Halloween costume one
With the pumpkin?
with the pumpkin on its head. There, do you see Pancho? There you go. Here's your golden voice. He's arrived, and absolutely, absolutely, man. Pumpkin Billy Harrington flying through the skies.
Yeah, once you see that figure, you can't really erase it from your memory. Whether it's a good or bad one, it definitely stands out.
Yeah, I'm sure if Emiya wasn't away from the computer, he'd give you a long list of points. He'd give you data on what
Bullet
makes
points.
the Billy Harrington figure so incredible. Pancho,
Unreal. Yo,
we were wondering, Pancho, the fans, the panel here, we were wondering what did Pancho buy this week?
in terms of figures, nothing. I am going to buy the figure I sell tonight, probably on Amazon. Aside from that, figures, nothing. I did video games this week when I could.
Oh, nice. What games did you buy?
So there's like a buy two get one free sale at GameStop all weekend. So I picked up Resident Evil 5, the remaster on Xbox One. And then I got that one for free, and the two games I paid for were Dead Rising 1 remaster and Dead Rising 2 remaster. And I think I only spent like $20 or like $18 on that stuff. I also picked up Dragon Ball Fusions for the 3DS, which is a phenomenal game. And it got like a really low release here in the States, but that is a really great game.
You really, you gave me a case of the interested blue balls. You were posting all these videos of the fusion. You were building it up. Oh man, look at this. There's about to be 7 people fusing. What's the outcome? And we never got the outcome video, Pancho.
Yeah, my bad.
I was like, man, where the fuck is this fusion at?
It's hilarious.
I'm over here wondering.
I filmed the fusion thing, and then the what do you call it? Like the 10 seconds was up for the Instagram story or whatever, and then it was just enough time to show the fusion, and then I was just about to post it, and then my phone died, and then I was like, well, I'll just do it a little bit later. But I've been so like invested in the game, I can't. Like this game is so good.
I know you really
Pokemon.
enjoyed the game. I know you've really been enjoying the game, and I was like, oh man, maybe I should pick this up. And I was gonna bother you and pester you to see what the hell that final fusion was, and then I was like, oh yeah, man, I forget this dude. He's working at a fucking retail during this weekend. Must be a nightmare. I'm not trying to fuck with him right now. Like, he's out here busting his ass, trying to get these used games, trying to get these vintage games across the board.
It was rough. This whole last week was nuts. It was literally a solid block of working for me from Wednesday to literally just now. Tomorrow is like my only day off-ish, quotes, because I have to go back. I have the day off, but at 11 I have to go and do the Final Fantasy Midnight. For that I don't mind because that game's been coming out for literally 13 years, so I don't really mind.
Boom.
I'm curious to see if it actually comes out.
I wish he was here. I wish the blonde Japanese son of a bitch was here because he has the game. I wish he could
Yeah,
speak on Billy
That's
Harrington,
dope.
Final Fantasy 15. Where are you, Emiya? Where are you? Did you guys This is a very random question, but did you guys end up getting any more NES minis at your store?
No. Absolutely nothing. I don't think anybody's gotten anything at all nationwide.
Perfect example of racism right there, folks. They don't want any race to get NES minis.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You know what it is, honestly?
anybody's got them because we were checking out here too, just for shits and giggles because I got one and my man Dave got one too, but they haven't restocked anywhere.
Yeah, nothing. It's become pretty apparent that Nintendo's like business method now with this stuff is like you take something that would be mildly successful even in the best climate, and then you short ship everybody to generate hype for 6 months, and then you just release your entire backstock.
Yeah, it's funny. You've been doing this long enough to remember, Pancho.
Yeah.
People think that Amiibo and those fucking bracelets for Pokemon Go is like the first iteration of them doing this shit, but this happened with the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii was the first time they really fucked everybody. Well,
Yeah.
the first time in recent history. I think they did the same thing with N64s and SNESs, if I remember correctly. Because I remember my older cousins, they had a super hard time getting those things here in the States. And they contacted, this is when I was still living overseas, and they had such a hard time finding, I can't remember if it was SNES or if it was an N64, but they had such a hard time finding that here in the States that they paid us, and then they paid us to buy an import here where we were living, and then we just shipped it over to them because it was so crazy to get stock. And I can't even imagine what it was like back then because you had no power of the internet or anything. It's just you literally had to just ask every day, "Hey, did you get it in?"
Yeah, and it's crazy. The one time they don't do it they don't do it for their handheld, but when they don't do it for fucking Wii U, the Wii U fails.
Yeah,
And they were like, you know what? Fuck this. We're not doing that again. We're shortchanging everything from now on.
yeah. Did you work retail when the Wii came out or anything like that?
No, my father back in the day, he was the regional manager for Circuit City.
Oh hell yeah!
So, dude,
That's when it's coming back.
Every fucking console, anything you could imagine, I had it. And I always had it first. It was when I was a kid, I was really spoiled electronically. And even when Circuit City went out of business, man, we were going to every store and buying all these consoles for fucking pennies. Oh man, PS3 $10, bam. It was nuts, man.
That's interesting you mentioned that because my dad's one of my dad's first jobs here in the States before he got into his career was working at a Circuit City. It's hilarious.
Man, Circuit City, it runs in the nerd blood. Somebody knows someone that worked at Circuit City and was
It's nuts.
Yeah,
The only reason I got consoles way back in the day when we first moved to the States was my dad would just take the defective consoles that they got back. And 9 times out of 10, they weren't defective. They just wanted their money back. And they just lied about the shit being broken. So that's how I got my shit when I was little.
Oh man, we have a question for a couple questions for Pancho. Man, Mr. Popularity.
Oh, shit.
My God. Pancho, when are you doing a new video? Been checking out your channel and anticipating one from the Kawaii Raccoon.
Oh, damn. Hopefully soon. I got a couple of things in the mix. I am still kind of peppering, working on Posing Ain't Easy. That probably won't be out for a while. But I'll probably do some Dragon Ball stuff soon. I'll probably do another episode of This Is Important, talking about maybe Vegeta or Trunks. I don't know.
Fuck yeah, This Is Important. Those are the best.
I'm trying to find a good time to talk about these things I want to talk about, and This Is Important because a lot of the stuff that I want to talk about is an evolving story with every week.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of sucks because like with every week you have something more to add to the conversation
Yeah.
and to what it all is.
Yeah, I think I got lucky with the first episode talking about Vegeta and Kabe, because that was just like, it was very open and shut. Like their interaction was here, point A, point B, point C, beginning, middle, and end. That's it. And you just haven't heard from him yet. But I think with the Trunks arc closing up, I believe it closed up tonight. Yeah, I was at work. No, it closed up yesterday. Shit. Did an episode of Super air yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, with the Trunks arc closing, I'll be able to talk about a whole bunch more stuff, and more videos will probably come out soon. And I might do some smaller stuff as well. Honestly, whenever I want to make like videos or just share shit, I just go live on Facebook, honestly, or just post a video on my Instagram or something. So if you're like one of the 3 people out there who are like really clamoring for content from me, you know, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I guess I post.
Yeah, we have a gay old time over on Facebook.
Yeah,
when we do these lives, when you know he does the live stream, you know we're all talking, we're all a buzz, we're all a bumble about what's going on in the Dragon Ball world.
Of course, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, and I knew that's why I didn't want to bother you too, because I knew yesterday when I saw that you didn't do a summary for Dragon Ball like you usually do on Facebook, I was like, oh man, for sure this dude is busy as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. Shit.
Yeah, when the king of Dragon Ball isn't watching Dragon Ball, you know the dude is busy.
It's rough, man.
Somebody was also wondering, Pancho, why is
Here we go.
Wow, dude, this question: why is Pancho always praying in his IG pics? Pancho, what's the deal, man? You really into the Lord? What's up?
But I gotta be thankful, man. Bottom line.
Thankful. Sonic
question.
Rockman X, you heard it from him.
And plus, it's a really fucking hard pose. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that pose is like there was this like I don't know if Sonic Rockman X, I guess he didn't know, you know, on 4chan, this guy got really popular for doing a pose like that in front of people's butt cracks.
Yeah,
and
he got popular for doing that and hard styling.
Yeah,
which is
and
like
hard styling. Yeah,
putting a fist in an open hand and just looking, you know, just official.
Yeah, just official tissue.
Yeah.
You know, it was no joke when you were posed up like that.
Of course, can't really take any situation where I'm posed like that lightly.
No, you know, he means business.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken that pose lightly. The last time I remember posing like that, it was in front of a fallen tree. When the hurricane took down a couple of trees in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that shit was huge.
It was nuts. And then I found a dumb Harambe shirt at a Goodwill for $3. and I did that pose with that shirt.
Jesus Christ. Harambe.
It's official business whenever that comes out.
Well, fans of Pancho can look forward to a episode of the Triple C podcast. We're going to have him on pretty soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Pancho's ripping,
Super
roaring, and ready to triple C it up. And we're not talking about the pharmaceutical drug that people like to take. We had another
I can't wait, man.
Keiyo 2992 is wondering what we all think about the Extreme Sets dioramas. Don't we have like some sort of collaboration on that book?
Yes, we did a little collaboration with them on the Subway pop-up. So Vinny, one of our admins from A.C.B.A, who's a wonderful artist.
From Brazil with Love.
Yeah, from Brazil with Love. If you from the old school YouTube days, that was his YouTube handle. And like I said, Vinny's he's a great artist. He can draw, he can paint, he can do it all. And he basically did like a mock ad for the Subway. So you know how in the Subway they have these ads up, and basically it's an ad for A.C.B.A. And he's got a dad at the table playing with toys, and the mother and the kid is like, kind of like, and tapping their foot behind them, like, looking at the clock, like, what the fuck are you doing? So it's really just kind of playing on our culture of collecting and, how shit is. So I thought it was a really cool ad. It says A.C.B.A. says articulated comic book art. And like I said, it's just one of the few ads up on the on the wall in the subway station for that pop-up. And the pop-up is pretty fucking big too. Like, it's a really big pop-up. There's some three-dimensional parts to it. It's not just a flat surface. The pillars are like three-dimensional and some walls that you can kind of build and what have you. So it's a dope one. And they've been really, really... Originally, Extreme Sets was only doing shit for wrestling. But obviously, they saw that there was a much bigger market and a much bigger audience to appeal to as far as display art goes, and so they started expanding. And of course, who they gonna fuck with when it comes to display art? A.C.B.A. We at the top of the food chain when it comes to that shit. So it was inevitable, you know, like all these things.
There we go. Yeah, I saw those for the first time a while ago, and I immediately I was already impressed by like the detail that was in it. But then when I saw that it comes with like extra shit, like the pillars in the subway and like the dumpsters in the alley and stuff, like I was like, whoa. I literally wasn't expecting that, so very excited for those.
Yeah, they're very cool looking pieces. I'm definitely down on getting some of those. And you know, once I saw the A.C.B.A. logo, I was like, whoa, you know, we're in it to win it thanks to, you know, good old Vinny Fontes, you know, Mr. From Brazil with love himself. The Boston boy back in Brazil. Oh man, we got another incredible question directed at Ponchisi, I'm sure, and possibly myself. I don't think anybody else in the panel would care. But will we be going around catching more Pokemon as the next 100 come out on Pokemon Go?
Shit,
That's still around.
there we go. There's Todd's answer.
Still around.
You want to go first, Rick?
Honestly, I don't know. If I'm in the mood,
Yeah, that's it for me too. I'm in the mood.
I mean, I want to be like, fuck yeah, Totodile, Cyndaquil, I'm in there. Tyranitar, where you at? You know, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, you know, be perfectly honest with you, I don't know. If I'm in the mood, I guess, you know, it's been so long, and typical Nintendo, you know, it's good to build that hype, and you know, it's good to get people talking, but you know, when Nintendo doesn't act quickly and people don't give a shit, you know, people really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The rate of Pokemon Go users is so low right now. So you know, that it's a lot of. I'm really wondering if it's too little, too late. We'll see with this next 100 drop if it really is that just people just don't give a shit, which is probably what it is.
It's
That's
interesting.
go ahead. No, I was saying that shit came and went, man.
Yeah, it really did. It's interesting because I run a local Pokemon Go group for my immediate area, and I just started it. I remember Pokemon Go came out in Australia like 3 days early before everywhere else. So I got one of my friends in Australia to. I used his iTunes login information to download it from the Australian iTunes store. And I was playing it, and then I created this. I created a group for my local area, and it was the first group for Pokemon Go. So it like grew big and big, and right now it's like the biggest group in my area. So like, there's a whole bunch of people in it, and you know, being exposed to that every single day has really taken a toll on my fun in the game. It's like, just I don't know. Like, that game is fun for what it is, but like. Because like I'm the only like admin in that group, so like I see everything that goes on in the group, and I know like all the up-to-date stuff that they do in the game. And so the game's not made by Nintendo, it's made by another company, Niantic. And their like business model, like fiscally, is great. Like, if I was on their team, like this is a great model, but like for the user, it's like playing that game for free is almost impossible now, because like the whole thing is just like this big like money pit, because like obviously for those, I mean, for anybody that doesn't know, in Pokemon Go, that your goal is to catch Pokemon pretty much, and then you can get the Pokeballs, which is what you use to catch them, for free by visiting real world spots and just like collecting Pokeballs. But if you don't, want to do that shit, want to be lazy, you can like spend money on Pokeballs to try and catch Pokemon. And then periodically they've just made like the catch rate harder. They've decreased the number of Pokeballs that spawn at free checkpoints. And then now there's this Pokemon that can disguise itself as every other Pokemon. It's called Ditto. And instead of just putting this Pokemon in the game, like just in the game like every other Pokemon is, like now the only way to catch this Pokemon it'll spawn. It never spawns as itself. It'll spawn as another Pokemon. And the only way to know if you've caught it is to try and catch every single Pokemon you come across. But you don't want to waste your Pokeballs on dumb shit Pokemon, like extremely common Pokemon. But at the same time, you don't want to let any Pokemon go because this could be this extremely rare Ditto. So like looking at that whole business model like disgusts me. So I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this game has gone so bad. Like, I mean, there's not as many people that play it, but the people that do still like really, really go for it, they're fucking crazy, man. Like, I know this like group of guys that have nothing to do with video games. They have nothing to do with Pokemon. They're actually like sneaker reviewers. These sons of bitches went all the way to Japan for a Lapras spawn.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Nest. Man. Ridiculous, man. This game is so over, you know, in the sense of what it originally was. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's really bad, unfortunately, and I feel super bad because my best friend Uncanny Megan, like she couldn't play it for such a long time.
What's
and then
that?
What's up?
Why couldn't she play it?
Her phone the phone she had at the time, like it just wouldn't play nice with the app. Like it would just bug out and like always crash and whatever. She finally got it to work, and I feel so bad because when she finally got like everything, like everything started cooperating, like that's when like all that shady shit started happening with the game, and like just everybody stopped playing. And I was like, man,
oh
shit,
god,
sucks.
She lives like somewhere random, right?
Yeah, she's in the States now. She's close.
Oh, okay.
She's closer to me than she's been, I think, since we've become friends. So that's cool. But like, I just remember like before she moved to the States, like, and Pokemon Go was like in its like heyday. Like I would go like downtown, and to where everybody was playing it. Like you at any given time, every single person was playing it, and like community was like so huge. But like they started doing all that like very, very abundant that, and like not abundant, but very obvious that they were just making changes to the game just to get you to spend money on the game. Everybody just like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah. They tried to profit so hard off of this and tried to create a hype that already existed that didn't need to be created.
Yeah.
And
It's rough,
not releasing those damn bracelets soon enough, and in such low quantities. Not getting more Pokemon out there sooner to keep the hype up. And then this pay to play being stronger and stronger in the app. It sucks.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten any more bracelets in either.
Yeah, no one's gotten any bracelets.
Yeah, but
Man,
this time, 6 months from now, everybody's gonna have that shit. And no one's gonna care about it.
I think this guy commenting is Al Figures, or not Al Figures. I mean, Al Chang. I'm not sure. He claimed his wife told him to pull over on the freeway once to get a Pokemon. Deleted it off her phone while she was asleep. The balls on this toy soldier. Guy. The balls. This a Boog. Is this a question I'm sure Boog would love to answer? Because I think a lot of us already have the idea is what regular arms we would get on our Sandman.
Yeah, I didn't really get around to it yet. I haven't even assembled Sandman. I've literally been taking it one review at a time, so I haven't opened Miss Marvel or Green Goblin yet. So when I open them and I get this guy assembled and I stand it next to the SDCC version and look at the arms from Absorber Man and try to figure out some stuff, I'll show all of those swaps and possibilities and stuff in the review. But as of right now, I'm not sure. Because, for one, I'm not about to paint shit. So anything with any extensive painting or anything, forget about it for me.
Yeah, I'd agree on all counts.
But I mean, it's it's really some bullshit that they didn't give us regular arms.
Yeah,
Really.
they existed as the thing. Like, if we never had that Comic-Con exclusive one, I'd be like, well, they didn't want to make any new ones, but they exist.
Right. So why couldn't you just paint up a set regular so you can have a, as the regular classic powered down Sandman? Come on.
Yeah, it's some shit, man. It is some shit.
And
And
then it's like they spread out the attachments for the arms and shit too, because it's like you get a fisted arm and hand or whatever, and then you get like an open palm and arm, and then you get the spiked part and the sort of mallet part with a different figure too. So it's like, damn, like you gave us all of these like parts and accessories, and you can swap them out at the wrist too, So it's like, damn, you couldn't throw in the arms with one more character or something on one of these guys, because they didn't give you any interchangeable hands with the Spider UK. They didn't give you any interchangeable hands with the Spider-Man 2099. So they could have put one arm in each one of those Spider-Men. Fuck, come on.
yeah, it's some shit. It sucks, man.
So I don't know, and it doesn't. I can't see them spreading this out over a SDCC exclusive, an actual wave, and now trying to give you the regular arms and some of the capacity. I just don't see them doing that at all. So
Yeah, and it's just gonna be you having to hodgepodge something together. Sadly,
pretty much, Marvel Legends has been training customizers for 20 years, basically.
no question.
Do it yourself, motherfucker.
And then once you do it well enough, we'll do it, and it'll piss everybody off.
Right.
Oh man, we have a good question from Colossal Customs. He's asking, what is the next army builder we would want to see or want to build? Minus AI, of course, no matter what series they're from. It doesn't have to be Legends. It can be imports, it can be anything, Mezco, it can be NECA. What kind of army builder you want to see?
I want an army of yuppies.
Boom. Yups. He wants the yups.
So, up the street corner. Massacre them with a Mack truck. And it was, I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. Well, I've always wanted the Nimrod Sentinels from Second Coming. I've said this for the longest. I wouldn't mind having those. We still long overdue for Hellfire Club goons.
Yeah, man, those Hellfire Club goons. Where are they at?
We don't really have goons for X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Obviously you could always do like Hydra and AIM and shit, but that's not really the X-Men's thing. That's more Avengers. They more targeted towards Avengers as their enemies. So we don't really have a lot of goons for X-Men to fight our X-Men and shit. So Hellfire would be cool. Like I said, those Nimrod Sentinels would be cool. I don't know. But aside from Legends, like regular everyday shit, we need more like suited bodies, mobsters and shit. I don't know. Which I think.
Oh, Mike, Punker Mike says Friends of Humanity goons.
Oh yeah, that could work too. Basically they are the equivalent of racist.
Race. As typical as this may sound, after seeing those pictures of Gotenks, I want like 1 million fucking ghosts.
Oh yeah.
I want 1 million of those ghosts. If that figure comes with anything above 4 ghosts, I'm buying like a shitload of that figure, just so I could have a bunch of ghosts. I would love Cell Juniors.
Yeah, Cybermen. I was thinking Cybermen.
Yeah, Cybermen. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, Cybermen.
Because at the end, there's only like 7 Cell Juniors.
Yeah, like 7. Yeah.
You could just do infinite Cybermen. You know what I would like to see, honestly? I mean, it's such a pipe dream, but I would love to see like a basic like Frieza soldier, but it would come with like different heads, like 3 different heads, and then like
because the bodies are the same.
Yeah, the bodies are exactly the same. Just change out the heads. Maybe do like, I don't know. Like you could do like variants of colors to mix and match colors.
Yeah, and you
shit.
know what you could do? You know what would be really smart, Pancho? Is you would have 3 base bodies, and those 3 base bodies would all be like, well, I mean, they would eventually have to be more than 3, but at first they would be 3, and you could start with like they came with a random grunt's head,
Oh yeah.
and then like the main head that they came with was somebody from the Ginyu Force.
Oh shit. Yeah. Be unbelievable.
Yeah, man, I'd die a happy man. I'd be crying tears of DBZ joy. A boy
Yeah.
can dream.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I don't know if they're at that stage and where they can even be thinking of stuff like that. But that would be the dream.
Oh man, Tiny Howlet. He's asking, what are our thoughts on Mezco's 112th collective? Boog, where are you on that, man? What's going on with 112 collective? What do you think?
I'm admiring from afar certain things. You know, I'm not all in on that. I'm not really fucking with it. I don't like that baggy pants cap shit. People love that shit. I'm not with it. I'm not with it because there's just not enough other supporting characters from Mezco, and even if it was, I wouldn't be ready to drop $70-$80 a pop on those. And I don't necessarily like the way they look with Legends, honestly. Like, you know, people could finesse it, and I've seen some great pictures, don't get me wrong, but just my personal taste, I'm just, you know, I'm not feeling it. I am going to get the Punisher, though, that DX version of the Punisher with all the guns and shit like that. You know, a couple of standalone figures I'm okay with for just having them on display in my detail or whatever. It's not really like I want to do a whole bunch of A.C.B.A. with it or anything like that, but you know, I do have the Judge Dredd and that bike, and I've got the Batman, and like I said, I'll get the Punisher, but I'm not going all in on everything. I didn't get the Daredevil. I don't care about that cap, and yeah, you know, it's just not. I just don't care.
I've not liked, just me personally, obviously, you know, it has a, you know, anyone can like whatever the hell they want, you know, none of us here are, you know, our opinions aren't law. But personally, I've not liked either. The look of the pants on a lot of these 112 that they've done for Captain America. I think the waist up looks phenomenal. And then when you waist down, it looks like he's wearing pajama pants, like, you know, he's doing some underoos. I really wish they would do something except, you know, anything that doesn't keep them plain like that, because they don't look good. I don't collect them personally, but the Star Trek ones look fucking phenomenal. Judge Dredd looks good. That Batman that they've done looks good. I have all of the DC ones on pre-order. I really, really like what they do with the DC ones. Marvel, like Boog, hasn't caught my eye yet other than that Punisher. So I have that Punisher on order, and I have a Commander Rogers on order. But the other 2 Captain Americas have not, in my opinion, been the best they could have been. I just think the pants look so plain. And I'm definitely excited for that Punisher. You know, that's going to be... if the release date doesn't change, at least that's going to be my first one that I get. So I'm definitely excited for that. That Green Arrow looks absolutely unreal. I want that so bad. The Red Arrow or Arsenal, he looks incredible. So I'm interested. You know, I have them on order. I just don't have any yet. They have some problems they need to fix, in my opinion. Some half steps in certain figures that I hope get fixed at some point. And on another random note with Mezco, that Frankenstein's monster looks incredible too. He looks like he's real. So that's pretty good too. Maybe I'll buy that at some point. Pancho, what do you think of Mezco 112?
I own 3 of them. I own
Whoa!
the Batman that came out, the Dark Knight Batman. I got the Mutant Leader.
Oh, nipples.
Yep, I got him. And then I have the Batman versus Superman, like armored Batman.
Oh, nice.
I-
What did you think of that armored Batman?
I think he's nice. He's super nice. Aesthetically, he's super great. Articulation wise, I mean, when it comes to those figures, especially with guys in armor, my brain immediately goes to, well, how much range of motion would he actually have in that? So it gets a pass on a lot of that stuff. Like realistically, compared to other figures, the that especially at a fraction of the cost, the articulation is just garbage compared to another figure. But realistically, at the end of the day, like, how much movement do I honestly need in an armored Batman? Especially for this one, I think when it comes to Mezco 112s for these, especially for the armored Batman, I am buying it for aesthetics with the additional articulation versus the other way around, as I would with some figures like a Revoltech. Like I would buy that for articulation first and then aesthetic second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of completely agree.
But I mean, the Batman's cool. I really like the light up eyes. It's cool. He comes with a lot of really great effects. That spear he comes with is probably, I think, the best spear that I've seen come with that. Because I think the Mafex Batman comes with a spear too, if I believe. I'm not sure.
I think it does, that spear.
But the Mezco spear is like actually heavy. It's made from like real like heavy material, and the crystal on it, or the crystal, god, I sound like an idiot, the kryptonite on it is like a really nice material too, and it's transparent as well, and it's all around a good figure. And I really enjoyed the first one I got, like the Dark Knight one. Like, I know exactly where you're coming from with like how the pants look on a lot of these guys, especially some of the superheroes. Like sometimes the pants just look really bad because like the rest of their suit is like super detailed and intricate, and then you just get down to the legs and it's basically just spandex, and you really can't do much with that sometimes. And sometimes it comes off looking goofy.
Yeah, and so far, I really liked it on that first Batman, the Dark Knight Returns one, because that's his whole suit, so it didn't look strange to me.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you go on the Captain America one and there's so much detail and so much going on up top, and then there's nothing at the bottom, is when it throws me off. Like, oh shit! Like, what is this? Like pajama pant Pete over here.
Yeah, the Deadpool looks ridiculous.
Yeah, nuts.
I cannot. I would never, ever spend the money to get this Deadpool. Like, the head sculpt on this guy is so nice. Well, I mean, by comparison to the rest of the sculpt, is really nice. Like, all his like straps and belts are sculpted with like folds and wrinkles in them, and then you get to his suit, and the dude looks like Scuba Steve. It's fucking dumb. Like, why would you ever buy this?
Yeah, it looks really. I don't know why that Deadpool looks very strange.
Like, he literally looks like something they use in Robot Chicken. Like,
yeah,
really.
He looks like a fucking Migo.
That's
describe it. Yeah, he looks like one of those robot chicken fuckers. Like, he looks like one of them. He looks like one of Seth Green's many voices.
or like, he looks like one of us dressing up as Deadpool, basically.
Yeah, like, oh man, see me at the con with this. Yay. Yeah, it's just so I think that's just the problem, is that some of them are gonna look good in that style, and some of them are just gonna throw you off when you see it. It's all just gonna be personal preference.
Yeah, with any figure line, just pick and choose.
Yeah, and
I think the only line I ever go 100% into is SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball. But like, that's my thing, so that's what I'll do. Yeah. Put out a shit figure out. Whatever, I'll bite the bullet. So I guess. But with Mezco, like, definitely pick and choose. There are great ones out there, but then again, some of them are trash. To be quite honest, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all just figure to figure, person to person. I know a lot of people like. It's too bad he's not here. You know, he was so excited by the speech that I was giving him. Fabio left to watch Star Wars Rebels. But I know that dude. That dude fucking loves Mezco and their 112th. He's fucking, buying everything he can get his hands on. And I'm not that way. That guy got the Captain America, and he was foaming at the mouth. He got the Daredevil, and he was fucking loving it to no end. But it's different strokes for different folks. But to me, some have been great, some have not been so great. And I think that's the one thing you could take away from what we've all said is that there's some that are worth it in some of our eyes, and there's some that just isn't.
Yeah.
All right. That Revoltech Spider-Man looks great. I'd buy it. Yes, you would, and so would I. Oh man, some guy says
The right attitude.
When you guys don't show your faces all the time, when you do these vids all the time, it's genius. It's genius. It's genius. Zirak Imran is asking, would you guys recommend getting the SHF Django Fett? I saw Robo's review on it, and it seemed he seemed kind of dissatisfied. I'm kind of torn on getting him or the Black Series one. Well, here's the deal, Zirak Imran. I'll tell you right now. I opened my Django Fett right when I got it, and I can attest to the disappointment. That figure was just, I don't know, had a lot of problems to me. For one, the guns are like really strange when you put them in the hands. The figure itself is like kind of loose. Although they never said it was going to come with it. I saw some people in the comments already saying that it was supposed to come with his helmets coming off, but there was never any proof or anything showing that he was supposed to have his helmet come off. That was just something that I guess people just wanted, and it didn't come with that. And that figure was just I don't know. It's just a disappointment. It was a disappointment to me, just like it was to whoever Robo is and his reviews. Sorry, I don't know who that is. I've heard the name before. I think even somebody said it earlier here that was on the panel. I just don't know who that is. And I agree. It was I was dissatisfied with it. I wish I would have just waited for a Mayfex because it was a disappointment. It fell flat. So I don't know. I don't know. If you don't mind, getting less accessories, I guess, then just get the Black Series one. It's honestly about the same level of enjoyment I get when I mess with them both, sadly. Yeah, disappointed, man. Boog, did you buy Django Fett?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think, man?
I wasn't like blown away, but I wasn't really like disappointed either. I don't know. I wasn't blown away, but I preferred a more smaller scale and sleeker design from Figure Arts than Black Series. But the Black Series Django wasn't that bad. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. But I don't know. It was okay to me. It looks a little weird when you articulate the legs and kind of trying to get them into crouching or I guess flying pose or something like that. But I mean, it's a nice looking figure to me though. It's when you got him in a vanilla stance or what have you, it looks pretty good. Is it worth a lot of money? Is it worth it to pay a lot of money for it? Hell no. If you get it cheap, if you get it for $40 or less or something right now, then go for it. But otherwise than that, I'd pass.
Yeah. Yeah. It all just like you said, it all just depends if you think it's worth it for you. If the Black Series one, contrary to the other figures that they're on the line, it wasn't a disappointment. So if you don't mind, if you want to save the money, you don't really want to spend on like you said, the smaller, like sleeker, look to the SHF one, then just say fuck it, go for the Black Series. It's all on you, and what you like. Kawaii Raccoon is asking, Boog, do you enjoy Mayfex?
I'm sorry, I'm setting up a display.
Setting up a display. Pancho, do you enjoy Mayfex?
Yeah. I think they're nice. What is some Mafex shit I have? Oh, I have the last Mafex thing I got was the Batman versus Superman, Batman and Superman. I think those are phenomenal. I love those figures.
Yeah, those looked really good. I initially had them on pre-order, but I had too much stuff, so I let them go. But those look really good.
Yeah, I let that Wonder Woman go as well. Unfortunately.
Oh god, that Wonder Woman, huh?
Yeah, that. Oh boy, that face.
It's like some kid that has aspirations in junior college was told like sculpt the face, and he sculpted the face, and they were like, fantastic, let's paint it.
It's rough because you've seen Darius's repaint of it, right? Like the repaint he has.
Yeah, from Monster Mash.
Yeah, like it seems as if though the sculpt is there, you know. It's
just the paint, man.
The paint is bad, and then the combination of the two, like.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was a disappointment. Yeah, I do have some Mafex stuff. I did a review recently on the Mafex Boba Fett, which I really, really liked a lot, aside from the fact that the head and neck articulation was really poor. It's a very nice-looking figure. The Mafex Vader that came out was pretty good, but looking at the new one that they're about to put out, it trumps the one that was out, and that was out prior, and I was pretty happy with that figure until I saw this new one. I'm like, oh, this is
interesting.
So,
that's interesting because I have the old Vader as well. I haven't seen the new one yet.
Yeah, you should probably pre-order that one and sell your other one.
No shit. The man himself.
So
yeah, that new one looks good.
Yeah, the new one looks much better. It's just a much better design, and
yeah, and if you can imagine,
go ahead.
If you can imagine, the first one wasn't even bad.
No,
and then the new one looks even better.
Seeing the new one, I realize how I kind of settled. I wouldn't say I settled because I still thought the old one was good, but seeing the new one, it makes me realize, oh, okay, Mafex is really making strides in the right directions with certain things, and then with certain things they just taking 3 steps back.
Who was the number one in their series? It was Joker? No. I can't remember who it was, but I remember they came on the scene with somebody from it was from a superhero property, I believe.
Was it Spider-Man? Was Spider-Man at number 1?
It may have been.
It was either Spider-Man or it was Batman.
It could have been Spider-Man from the Tobey Maguire movie. No, not Tobey Maguire. Not Tobey Maguire. Why am I saying Tobey Maguire? What's the other dude with the funny face?
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, that was their number one. It was Amazing Spider-Man.
So, yeah.
Which I bought. I thought that was that figure wasn't bad, you know. It's an interesting figure to have in the lineup of everyone else. He stands out the most. But they did a Dark Knight also, the Christian Bale Dark Knight.
Yeah,
that wasn't half bad.
Dark Knight, yeah.
And their Joker wasn't half bad either. The face sculpt in the Joker was weird. The smiling one, I remember that was a big issue with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, everyone hated it.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I had to shoot that thing in the dark in order to make it look awesome.
I had to shoot it in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that
you're picking up at the club.
Man.
Jesus. Oh man. Dave Bronx said D's nuts.
There you go.
Dave Bronx, you heard it here first. D's nuts. Heard it. That's his favorite Billy Harrington.
God.
Sonic Rockman X. What happened to Emiya? Is he alive? He left to go do something. I don't know if he's going to make it back in time, Sonic Rockman X. The clock is ticking, and it's not in his favor.
Oh, shit. Stakes are high.
Yeah, the stakes are high. You know, he's right into the danger zone. Oh, man. There was a question right here. Major reaction. He's asking which of you guys bought articulated icons. I think it's everyone. Pancho, did you buy articulated icons?
Yeah, I sure did.
Boom! That's everyone.
Yeah.
That's everyone here. That's all 4. Emiya can't say it, but if he was here, he'd be like, yeah, me too.
The whole cast.
The whole cast. It's all of us. We're all holding hands. We're all placing orders. Oh man.
I'm very
Game-
excited.
Oh yeah, dude, they're gonna be sick, man. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Game Boy Kage has a question for Pancho.
Shit.
He says, Pancho, what do you think of the new Tien, Yamcha, and Gotenks that were shown? What are your thoughts? What's the deal? What's going on in Pancho's head about these figures?
I think it look great. The Yamcha, his hair looks fucking goofy.
Oh yeah, I hope there's multiple heads.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just don't know. Like his hair looks really bad, but I mean, I think at this point in their career, like in the line and where it's at right now, I don't think that they would put it out looking like that at all. Where did you guys see the Gotenks SH figure arts?
You never
There
saw
was a
that?
Gotenks SH figure arts?
Yeah, you never saw that? He came with all the ghosts.
Hold on. No, I'm getting fucking mixed up.
You haven't seen it?
I guess not. Where the fuck is this stupid
Wait,
thing?
hold your fucking horses, Pancho. I'm about to blow your mind, man.
When was this shown?
We're gonna get a live reaction from Pancho
Okay, here we go.
here on the show. He has a pair of underwear ready on the side to change into. I'm gonna try to find the picture right now. I'm honestly shocked right now. I'm shocked.
You know, it might just be slipping my mind.
His mind is telling him no.
Shit, my body. I don't know. That's a different story. While you're looking that up, I mean, the Tien looks flawless. Let's get that out of the way. The Tien looks really, really good. I can't believe how good that Tien prototype looks. I really like that he's coming in like that uniform. In a perfect world, it would come with an extra torso with just like, the tank. That would be the best. An extra torso with just the tank and an extra like nude torso that you could swap with like fucking Goku. Oh, that would be the best thing in the world. But I think it looks great. If they even included like a static Chaozu with that Tien, that would be like straight money. I don't understand why they.
Honestly, even if they gave me a fucking cutout, I'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that Link's Awakening, Figma Link gave you a cutout of the Link, so it's not so far fetched to think.
Yeah, anything's possible, but obviously I would prefer fucking something. But
yeah, you know what?
They give me a piece of paper and they're like, "Hey, figure it out."
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not gonna.
I can almost guarantee. I'm willing to put money that one of the heads with Yamcha will be with his eyes whited out, like he'll have no pupils, so you could replicate the dead pose.
All right,
I'm willing to bet money.
Are you ready to get your DBZ mind blown? Because I just sent you an image.
Oh shit!
You had to have seen it, Pancho. I refuse.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did see this.
Damn it, Pancho!
Sorry, it's been too long.
Yeah,
I really like this. The best thing about this is that this is confirmation that they're interested in smaller bodies. Pause. For the line, and this opens up a lot of doors in terms of like shorter characters of the cast. Because just with them even entertaining the idea that they're going to do another body of this size is pretty cool. I'm almost curious if this is just the same like Gohan body, the 2.0 Gohan body
from the waist down.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the same like technology with the articulation, the same basic like mold, but they just sculpted on like the vest, like the.
Yeah, I'm assuming some of it is definitely the same.
Yeah, because for them to do the 2.0 Gohan and then immediately after unveil the Gotenks, that's no small coincidence.
No, yeah, for sure. Unlike not unlike Hasbro, they're big fans of reusing things.
Yeah, If it makes sense, then go for it.
Yeah, and he's saying, it would be cool to get a
I don't
den.
think there's actually any reuse of parts. I think it's actually just the same scheme.
My God, you heard
You
it
think
from the Japanese guy himself.
Shit.
What about Dende? You want Dende, Pancho?
Do I want Tende? Yeah, I guess. Shit,
Boom,
give me
Kawhi
everybody.
Raccoon.
I mean,
There's your answer. He wants Dende.
yeah, give me everybody inevitably. I want everybody. But if you want me to be honest, Dende is pretty low on the list.
Damn, sorry. I just broke your heart, Kawhi Raccoon. It's not a priority.
I'm sorry.
It's not a priority.
Honestly, who I want? I want a fucking Demon King Piccolo. Like ASAP, please. I want a Demon King Piccolo to come out at the same time, or at least within the same year as that Dragon Ball Goku. Whenever that comes out.
Let that boy alone. Big Green. I need a demon Big Green.
Jeez. In terms of like just general SH figure art stuff, like I really want them to do a 2.0 on Piccolo and make him taller. Because like I'm sick of how short he is.
He's probably going to be the next one.
I hope so, man. You were saying like the other month that he's the most popular character, correct? Over in Japan? Like people just love him.
Among the fans.
Yeah, among the fans.
Not among the mainstream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's different. Among fans, Piccolo ranks very high. Among mainstream, he's pretty high, but it's not on Goku level.
Oh yeah, well that's a given, I'd imagine. But yeah, I just recently did I recreated the title card lineup, like where the Dragon Ball like flies into the fucking word Dragon Ball Z, and then I was just disappointed in the scale of just the entire line in general. They're just so out of whack at this point.
The scale is ridiculous on everything. Is just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Tall ass Cootie,
Yeah, he's huge. He's the same size as Trunks. Come on, man.
Fucking Cootie the same size as fucking Trunks.
And Trunks is shorter than Vegeta. How does this happen?
It's supposed to be the Trunks that goes in before he goes in. He's still taller than Vegeta during that time, so I don't know, whatever. Like I said, I got like the scale stuff on the smaller side.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like the Cyborg 18, she's also extremely small as well. I chalked that up to first appearance as well, even though technically they don't grow. But it's speaking of like this, what you mentioned with the Trunks. I remember it was like last year. Somebody on the A.C.B.A. group was discussing the scale with SH Figure Arts Trunks. And I said the exact same thing. I said the SH Figure Arts Trunks is more than likely based off his first appearance where he's super short and he's like 16 years old. And then me and this dude like kind of got in it in like the comment section. He goes, "No, there's no evidence supporting that. Your Trunks is the same size no matter what." And I go, "No, there's like a 4-year gap between when he shows up and he leaves. Like, dude grows. Like, period. He's a growing boy." And he's just like, "No, I don't. There's no evidence supporting that."
Not only that, he's drawn differently.
Yeah, he's drawn. I was like, he's drawn differently, man.
He actually looks different physically.
Yeah, he physically looks different, and he's taller as well.
He's taller. He's a lot more muscular.
Yeah,
So.
And the funny thing about that whole situation is, we kind of like got heated in the discussion in the group, but then that got we realized it was like just clogging up the thread, so we just took it to like PMs, and then because like I just didn't want to keep on just like excessively bumping up the picture, just having a conversation with this guy, albeit an argument at that point. But we took it to PMs, and then we just kept on talking, and then it eventually just fizzled out into like just like, oh, okay, well, whatever, agree to disagree. But then he sent me a friend request, and I accepted the friend request. And then he goes, "Hey, yo, were you at Animazement 2013?" And I go, "Yeah, why? What's up?" And then he links me to a picture, and he goes, "Yo, I took your picture. This is me and you in a picture," because I was cosplaying as Zarbon that year. And he goes, "Shit, that's crazy." And I'm like,
Now
man,
you guys are like the best of friends.
it's nuts. Yeah, we're pretty good Facebook friends. It's
Wow.
interesting.
Oh, only Facebook friend, not real life friend, though.
Yeah, I haven't met
Now
him, so I don't know.
Brothers, my brother.
But it's so interesting. Like, what a small world, man. That I saw this dude at Animazement, took a picture with him, and then I argued with him about the height of a fucking SH Figure Arts trunks on the A.C.B.A. fan page. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
great.
All right. Now, Major Reaction has a question that, I think Boog would really well address, and all of us on here is, what's our thoughts on Articulated Icon's wait time being pushed from what they said? Which, shocker, but what does everybody think?
I don't think anything about it. I'm not really too concerned about it. I mean, I guess I'd probably be. I don't even know if I would even give a fuck, even if I wasn't like invested in it with the brand with A.C.B.A. I don't think I would. I still don't think I would give a fuck. I mean, we wait long times for all types of shit. We pre-order shit a year in advance sometimes. Like we do that. And if you know anything about Kickstarter,
I'm happy about them holding on to your money for like a year.
Say it again.
I'm happy with them holding on to your money for like a year.
I mean, like I said, we pre-order shit way in
You
advance.
don't always have to prepay for it, though.
Say it again.
But you're not the other stuff you pre-order. You don't always prepay for it, though, right?
No, but like I said, I'm not worried. I don't.
Well, it's not. They're not going to run away with your money or anything. But it's just more like all that money sitting in limbo. You could be turning that money into more money. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't be turning
Are you
that.
referring to alchemy?
Basically.
I mean, like buying stuff or putting into stocks. Gambling. Stuff like that.
It is what it is. I'm very confident that they're gonna deliver a very above standard product. So I'm okay with it. If I start worrying, then you should start worrying, and I'm not worrying.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Bug. I mean, just based on general like Kickstarter culture, like I can't even think of one successful project that delivered on time, to be honest. It's almost like going into it, it's inevitable.
The only time it ever happens is if it's a big company doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But small independent, always late. Always like whatever they say on there, always add like half a year to it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the biggest thing that's putting me at ease is like they're very public with all their stuff, and they don't just like disappear, like straight up like poof. And like they're showing stuff all the time, like just not even a month ago. Like they came up with like
The live stream.
yeah, the live stream with like factory samples, I believe, correct? And like that in itself put my mind at ease. And I only spent like, I don't know, like I think just over like 100 or something. I can't even imagine.
Which one did you pre-order?
I got like the deluxe like Black Ninja, and then I think I just got a couple of other Black Ninjas, just because I don't really have a lot of toy lines that would go together with other color like red ninjas or the other colors they had. I just felt like to just go with like a blanket general like black cloth ninja would probably be the best, and would work with a lot of displays if anything. If I get a Kid Goku, I could do some shit. I forget that guy's name, but the dude that like was like multiples of him. He's in that purple suit.
Yeah.
But shit, I can't remember. But
One, two.
yeah. But yeah, I'm not really worried. Just because based on they're so public and they're so good with updates and stuff. It doesn't bug me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm not
mean,
worried.
anybody that's given to Kickstarter knows just how long this fucking shit takes. I mean, the Four Horsemen's one took like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Unreal.
The Four Horsemen are the worst, man. The worst. So these guys are like nothing in comparison. It's like no way.
They're faster than Four Horsemen for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the shipping date the shipping date is beginning on December 30th, so it's coming.
I
Emiya, now
just,
that you're here,
I just wish that they
if they were.
didn't hold on to my money for so long. But I mean, I guess it's probably because I also, I mean, it's not like it was a shit ton of money, but it was a decent amount of money. But I mean, I never had any fear that they weren't going to deliver. I mean, these are all industry guys doing it, so I think that's okay.
Yeah, just the anticipation sometimes.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, without a doubt. Always best to be quicker, for sure.
But, it's also good for them. It's like, as I saw the people have said before, it's also good for them to make sure that the product is good, ready to be, to be sent out and people be happy with it. So it's understandable.
Yeah, no question.
Emiya, Dave Bronx had a great question for you while you were gone, doing Who Knows What.
What was it?
He was wondering what your favorite Billy Harrington figure is.
Happy birthday, Billy Harrington. That's the best one.
Happy birthday, Billy Harrington. There you go.
Yeah, it's essentially the regular Billy Harrington, but it has the all the the black leather gear on top of the regular gear that he comes with. So that's probably the best one. It's also the one that goes for the most money on the secondary market. If you only can have one Billy Harrington figure, that's the one you should get. Because it's essentially the first Billy Harrington figure. Everything that the first Billy Harrington figure has, and more.
Oh, shit.
The Halloween one and the Christmas/New Year's one, they have a lot. They have more different accessories, but they actually lose some of the accessories from the first one.
Oh.
You almost consider that the first Billy Harrington's a standard, and then the second Billy Harrington, the birthday one, that one is like the DX version of the first one. Because it comes with pretty much everything the first one comes with. Okay, no. The shower, the little paper craft shower he comes with, the birthday one is like a dirty version of the shower versus the clean version of the other one. So that's the main difference. But my favorite one, if you go on anyone who only could have one Billy Harrington, the definitive Billy Harrington, that's going to be the one, the birthday one. But then I love the Christmas and New Year's one too, because he has the tube belt with those short cut off jeans and then the jean vest. That's one of my favorite ones too. That's the one where he's spraying from that movie where he's washing the motorcycle and stuff and those guys show up. That's a great one also.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't see any of this shit.
Man, Dave Bronx wanted to know.
Hey, I was just answering a question, It's okay.
I can almost guarantee you Dave Bronx is not looking up any of that shit right now.
Yeah, Dave Bronx. Prove Boog wrong, Dave Bronx.
Why else would he ask unless he was interested in him?
True.
Prove him wrong, Dave Bronx. Buy 3 Billy Harringtons. Christmas, Halloween, birthday.
Yeah, I know Tom, his favorite one is the Halloween one. The Halloween one is good too. The problem with the Halloween one is just the fact that it's strictly pretty much only the accessories for the Halloween one. It doesn't have anything else.
I actually got a question here from Keiyo, Saheed Allison. He usually tunes in, but he wasn't going to be able to listen tonight, and he left a question. It says, my new 2099 figure also had a bunch of red spots on the back of his head, and my Spider UK fig has white splotches on his spider symbol. My question is the new Spidey wave the worst painted wave of the year? And does it seem that the plastic of this new wave is different? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the worst painted. I mean, they've had some hits and misses, like with all Legends lines. I think they've actually done some pretty unique things in this wave, and at the same time, done some stupid shit too. But I don't think the plastic is any different though on these. I think it's the better quality or better standard of plastic that they use. It's not that gummy bullshit that they've used before. So, I mean, normally I don't really have problems with Legends like I might with some import shit. Like, like you can actually put Legends under a lot of Hasbro Legends under a lot of stress without breaking them. So,
Yeah, I didn't know that the paint was so bad.
I don't think so.
Like with Marvel Legends, it's very like I mean, it just sounds like maybe the guy had like bad luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get it, and your whole wave is perfect. You get one case, and like that was one of the good cases, and then sometimes you might get one where it all depends on just it's all random. Sometimes you're lucky, and all the figures you have, the paint is good.
You know what I used to find back in the day? I used to find that the shit that goes to comic shops is normally better painted than whatever goes to retail. I don't know how that worked out, but that's what I used to find early on with collecting Legends.
Maybe it's the stock, because sometimes they get at different times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's during the time when the factory's not as rushed. They get that initial stock. Because I know sometimes comic shops get it before the stores do. So that could be it too. I don't know. I mean, there's so many factors, so many random factors that can go into that kind of thing. I noticed with Spider-Man, especially, I guess, like any character like Spider-Man that has a fairly complex pattern, often issues are like stuff that's not aligned correctly, like the webs are not aligned, like are not centered 100%, things like that. It's just, and these things are done in the factory. Unfortunately, there's always going to be these kind of issues, no matter what. That's why it's always nice. Sometimes it's cool to go to a shop and buy them, because then you can kind of look and compare. But then, sometimes all the ones that shop can get could all be bad. I've had times when I've seen like all of the ones at the store were bad, and then later on, like a month or two later, I'll see perfect ones at other stores. So I know, like for this is just not really a this is just to bring up what's her name, Enchantress. I noticed that she has a lot of variation. I noticed on the retail version, a lot of the time her hairpiece is not glued in all the way, so there's like a big gap between that little tiara thing she's wearing and her hair. The other thing I noticed is a lot of times, because she's obviously supposed to be kind of has like her eyebrow raised a bit. Sometimes it's very prominent, like the eyebrows raised, and it looks like the expression I think it was intended to be. And then sometimes like whoever painted it just painted them both at the same length, and she's not really raising her eyebrow at all.
Surprised.
So
Surprise!
yeah, pretty much. So it's pretty random.
We want to take like one or two more questions.
Yeah, start. We got one or two more questions left, so ask now, and I'm gonna pick whoever I deem doesn't suck. Where did you go, Emiya? While we're waiting for these questions, these final questions.
I had to ship out something for work.
Son of a bitch. He's
Yeah,
alive.
I had to run over to the FedEx real quick because they had stuff to go out today. So okay.
You heard it here first. FedEx. He had to ship it. Workflow.
Whoa.
Hashtag work.
I guess while we're waiting for questions, did you guys check any movies recently? They were pretty good.
Have you seen Arrival?
Yes, I literally brought this question up to talk about that. I saw Arrival and it blew my fucking mind.
Great movie.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
It was very good.
Slow.
I think you would very much enjoy it, Boog.
It's very slow. So if you're not into slow movies, I wouldn't recommend it. But it definitely is very good. Imagine it's kind of like a very well, like, deep, like kind of sci-fi, but then it also has a lot of drama in it as well. Very good human drama.
Yeah, it's a slow burn, and then when everything comes into focus at the end, you put all the pieces together that you've been gathering for the entire film, and then it just transcends just greatness. It's such a good movie.
It turns you on.
I'm not sure who it was, if I watched a review or what, but yeah, they pretty much explained it the same way. It's very like a psychological thriller. It's not all about the.
It's not even really psychological. It's just very, like I said, it's very sci-fi, like hard science fiction. There's no
Yeah.
like battles or anything like. It's very realistic sci-fi, like very hard sci-fi. But there's also a bit of a tragedy in it as well. That the tragedy, and when you put it all together, it's something that when you walk out of seeing it, walk out the theater, or after you turn it off, if you're someone who can, and I think almost everyone can kind of identify with it. You can identify with it on some level. You'll definitely feel something. I don't want to give it. I don't want to spoil it, so I don't really want to give it away. But that's basically how I would describe it. I wouldn't really say it's really a thriller. There's no real suspense really. There's not much suspense. I mean, it's the way that it's about aliens and communicating with aliens, and the way they communicate with aliens is very, very scientific. There's no action or dudes going in with machine guns or anything like that. There's none of that type of stuff in it.
Yeah, it's a very good thinking film.
Slow burn, definitely.
Yeah,
All right. I'm down for that. I'm gonna
Question, Pancho, about Arrival. Is it on Plex?
I don't know.
I didn't know if you watched it through John's Plex or not.
Oh no, I caught it in theaters. I was very excited to watch it. I rewatched Contact to get fucking hyped for Arrival.
Oh man, well, I gotta make the trip, man. Keiyo's been telling me to go watch it.
Yeah,
I gotta.
when I first saw it, I told him to go see it.
He was
Yeah.
like, Rick, what are you doing? Why aren't you watching Arrival? And I said, Keiyo, what are you doing in my bathroom? And then
I gotta talk about this film.
I got to talk to you about this film, Marty. It's your kid. Oh man, we got a question for Pancho. This guy has asked it a few times, and I would either skip it or forget it. But Pancho, do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? And if so, do you think the Figma looks good?
Oh shit. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, but just very, very casually. I like a lot of the aesthetics of Yu-Gi-Oh. I never got into it as much as the card game. When I was in high school, I was all about that season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh though. Before they started playing the card game, and it was the Shadow games or whatever it was called.
Just the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, before he came up with the card game.
Yeah, I was heavily into that. And in terms of and that's what honestly urged me to pick up the Figma versus the other one that came out.
The Revoltech.
Yeah, because I just like the way because it's the Figma, correct, that just has him with his jacket
Figma
glowing behind him.
Is the Yami Yugi.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
while the Revoltech, it's based on the movie where he can no longer turn to Yami. It's just regular Yugi.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
okay.
where a lot of people don't realize. The Figma one's based off the TV series version. And
Okay.
the Revoltech's actually based on, because by the end of the series, this is not really a spoiler if anyone's a fan, Atum, the Pharaoh, leaves him. So he can no longer transform. So in the movie takes place sometime after that, he's a bit older. It's a couple years later, he's a bit older. And he's also, they're both different versions. They're not the same version. And you also notice there's the absence of the Millennium Puzzle. He doesn't have the Millennium Puzzle anymore either.
Yeah, he doesn't have the puzzle anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I got the Figma over a lot, because I recognized the Millennium Puzzle, and I was
definitely the Figma is the most iconic version.
yeah,
for sure.
I very much enjoy it. You can get him a lot of great poses. If you're pretty experienced in posing and display art, you can get him to stand freeform even with the jacket on him. If you can pose the Super Saiyan 3 Goku freeform, you can pose this guy. It's no hassle at all, honestly.
Yeah, it was. I was so frustrated when I'd originally opened my Figma Yugi because because I didn't know that the jacket wasn't supposed to insert any further than it was, and I just saw the Figma going in, and I was like, "Get in the hole! Get in the hole!" And then I realized oh shit, it's not supposed to go any further.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I guess this is enough. Well, I guess I'm good. All right. Well, you heard our thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh. Now we have I picked 2 more questions that we're gonna end with. The next one was going to be which Marvel hero would you like to see Netflix adapt into a show, rumored or not?
Okay.
I don't know if I want to see anything else on Netflix right now.
He doesn't even want anything else.
You know. Oh shit. You know what I would really enjoy? I would like to see the same guy who did Luke Cage, or even in the same style as Luke Cage, but Miles Morales.
Ooh, that would be good.
Heavily enjoy that.
Damn, that would be good.
That way, that way you could knock out Miles Morales, keep him within the same universe, without, and just you just do it, I guess, and like, almost a continuation of how like Luke Cage, like I said it before on the podcast, but one of my favorite things about Luke Cage was like the way they handled each episode going through like the culture of music as well. And if they almost continued that with Miles Morales, him being younger, and then seeing his culture of music from his point of view, from like, early 2000s and stuff like that to where it is now. I mean, albeit it won't be as impactful as years of cultural progression in music as Luke Cage was, but it'd be an interesting take. I think so. Yeah,
that would be incredible. I was gonna say, my answer was gonna be anything Spider-Man related.
Okay.
If you gave me a Miles show, if you gave me an alternate dimension Gwen show, I mean, obviously you can't do Peter Parker having a show on Netflix. That's just not going to happen. Yes. Anything from those characters, I think there's a reason, for so long, until Iron Man came along, a lot of people considered Spider-Man the top hero because him and his world and what these characters go through is so real. We have a friend. Me and Emiya have a friend of ours that actually doesn't like Spider-Man, and the reason he doesn't like Spider-Man is because he's too real. He says that he doesn't like that Spider-Man always gets the short end of the stick. He lost his wife, he lost his daughter. He's never has money. He's always getting shit on. He's always going through hardships, and I told him that's what I loved about Spider-Man the most.
It's the reverse power fantasy, basically.
Yeah,
like Spider-Man, which is supposed to be what you technically are, but then you have the power fantasy of also being Spider-Man, or you can go the opposite route and you could be Batman, where you basically have everything and you're also Batman. So it's kind of like a reverse type of thing. Some people go for the fantasy of being Spider-Man. They kind of, as they are, like, I'm a superhero as I am. I'm a guy, I'm not rich, I don't have a shit ton of money, or, I have trouble with girls or whatever, but then some people, it's the other fantasy where, oh man, I'm the man, like a Bruce Wayne. I have all this money. I'm fucking rich. I'm also Batman. I have all these love interests. So it's a different kind of.
And that's what I love the most about Spider-Man is seeing someone that feels so much like myself. You have some things figured out, but so much of the rest of your life is undecided by yourself, and you have no control.
I mean, it's different.
Seeing someone go through those stuff, that's what I like the most. Yeah, it's different for different people, but I was just explaining. That's why anything from that world I really enjoy reading. Like Pancho said, Miles Morales. I love the Ultimate Spider-Man story, leading into Miles Morales too. I love that world, and that would probably be ideal for what I would want to see on screen. What about the other two of you?
Myself, I wouldn't mind seeing, realistically speaking, not talking about, obviously I don't think the Spider-Man stuff, I just don't see them ever using that for TV. I just consider that would just always be strictly movie. Just speaking realistically, I wouldn't mind seeing, just to kind of continue the trend that they're already kind of going, wouldn't mind seeing, Moon Knight. Ghost Rider would have been a good one too, but now that he's on, I guess you could do a darker Ghost Rider show could work. A darker Ghost Rider show for Netflix could work. For more like a classic Ghost Rider, considering he's supposed to exist, right? So you can.
We've seen him. We've seen Johnny Blaze.
So I'd be behind, so I haven't actually watched it in a few weeks. But then also, since there's a lot of people whining about not having the Asian lead, maybe a Shang-Chi would be a good one to do too. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
and going back to the whole spider thing, you could also do Silk, also have another Asian lead in a series as well. Silk, so it's a spider character. Those will all be cool to do, and I guess the Silk probably is not. Again, that's Spider-Man kind of involved universe property, so maybe a little bit more difficult. But would be nice to see maybe Shang-Chi and Moon Knight. Those would be cool ones to do, and I could see them happening. Like it's realistic. They could definitely happen. So we'll see.
Boom.
all
What
good.
about you, Boog?
As far as shit that I want to see on Netflix,
Yeah, you said nothing.
yeah,
Nothing.
I don't know. I'm with you guys on something Spider-Man related. I could probably deal with that. I don't know how great their budget would be for some shit like that, but see that's the thing about the Netflix though. It's got to be some. It almost has to be some street level person. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, definitely would want it to be street level. Like the most you would be able to go is like Emiya was saying, like a Ghost Rider or a Moon Knight is like the most you would be able to go with like street level. But
I could see Moon Knight being some real shit though. That could be pretty interesting.
oh yeah, Moon Knight would be nuts, man.
It'd be like a Batman show essentially. How you would do like a Batman show? I mean, because Moon Knight has like huge resources and stuff like that. So.
He's just a little nuts though too. So playing with that aspect of it with him and talking to the that god or whoever he fucks with and all of that shit, like really delving deep into his psyche and his psychological shit would probably be pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it fits in all with all the street level characters. So
Without a doubt. And that brings us to our final question, which is kind of three questions, mainly directed towards Boog. Because, everyone always wants to ask Boog, Boog, what do you think of this, Boog? Would you marry my mother? Boog, would you do this?
Yes, I would.
All right, boom. Boog, the three questions. One is from Tayo2992, and the other, I'm just putting them all together. And the other one is from Zirak Imran. It is one, how do you become an A.C.B.A admin? Two, who decides what's featured on A.C.B.A Instagram and the like page? And three, where's the next mixtape?
I don't know if there's a way to become an admin right now. Honestly, we pretty much locked up as far as our core team goes. So I don't know. I don't even know how anybody became an admin. Honestly, I know a few people that were like recommended by other admins. So some of the people that came on later, like I would say, like in the past like year or two, were recommended by other admins. But I don't know that we really looking to expand as far as that's concerned. But the second question was what?
Second question was who controls Instagram and the like page, like what gets featured?
Probably like three or four of us control the like page and the Instagram, and the shit that gets featured on the Instagram is absolutely the best of the best that's coming out of the Facebook group. So whatever's really rocking, and it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what the property, what if it's Marvel, if it's DC, if it's some independent shit, if it's good, if it's great, then in some capacity it's gonna make it to the fan page or to Instagram. I mean, I encourage everybody to scroll through our Instagram to the very first post. There is literally nothing but heat, nothing but great shots. So, and mixtape wise, it's funny. My engineer hit me up today, and sent me a message. I guess he's trying to get me back in the studio, but I just haven't been feeling too inspired and musically and shit. Like I don't know. I'm just not. I don't feel like making shitty music, and to make good music, you gotta be feeling it. I don't want to make music that sounds like this shit that's out right now, especially not hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just in a different space in my life, man. Like I made some of my best music as a criminal, man. So it's like, yeah, I'm not in that I'm not in that space in my life right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong, I could talk about a whole bunch of shit. I could talk about a lot of world issues and shit that I'm you know, stuff that I believe strongly in, and I could talk my shit. A lot of that shit was even sprinkled into my music even during that time, but like that raw, like, just passion is just not there right this moment. And a lot of people keep asking me about music, but I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling in the next few months. I've got a lot of shit that's unreleased that I do want to put out for free and stuff like that too. So I will, but um, you know, I got a kid, man. I'm not out here like that. I haven't been out there like that for some years now. So it is what.
I think the number one thing, if there's anything you need to do, it's the song with JC.
Oh yeah, no question about that. But you know, somebody mentioned that before too. We actually do have a song. We do have a song that we have vocals for. That we have a track that was specifically made for for us, and my my verses and everything are done. His verses are done. I think I even have his vocals for it. It's just that I haven't been back in the studio to get with the engineer and just kind of master everything and put everything together. But the joint that I have with JC is nuts. It's nuts. Um, I really really like that song a lot. Like I said, I got a lot of unreleased shit, but you know, a lot of the stuff that's like crazy is hard, man. It's street music, you know, and it's like I'm not in that space right now. I'm just not. So I don't feel like releasing street music, even if it's authentic and it's shit that you know I lived in and been through. I'm just not. I just don't feel like releasing that type of shit right now. You know.
There you
So
have it, folks. You heard it from the horse's mouth.
Well, basically, if you want Boog to drop his tape, you need to do something bad to him.
basically, you got to get me angry.
Yeah, get him angry.
You know, I'm not angry right now. You know, I'm living a good life. You know, I'm working. I'm making good money and shit. You know, everything's good with my family, and I'm having a wonderful time going through third grade with my daughter right now. And like, you know,
The only angers, a guy like Boog has in his life right now is stuff like, you could just imagine the lyrics like, "Yo, Pep, why you want me to take out the garbage?"
basically,
real hard hitting lyrics.
yeah, you know, that's shit that we fight over every day, taking out the garbage and you know, leaving shit around, leaving fucking,
Maybe not finding stuff at the store.
you know, regular
You
shit.
gonna be the one that cooks today, not me.
Yeah, I actually haven't cooked it. We just argued about that the other day. I haven't cooked in a really long time.
Yeah.
She cooks all the
There we go.
so that could be a rap song right there.
Oh, you heard it.
But
It's
yeah,
coming.
I'm gonna release this shit. You know, I'm gonna release it in some capacity. Like I said, I'm gonna release a bunch of the shit. It'll be free. You'll be able to you know you'll be able to listen to it. It's you know I've had some very crazy life experiences and some unique things and some stories that I'd like to tell and that I have told through rhyme and through music and shit like that. Like yo, I've done some wild shit in my lifetime, man. Like I done lived like 4 lives already, man. So that's part of the reason why I'm super laid back as a almost 40-year-old man right now because like yo man, I shouldn't even be here chopping it up with you guys, man. I did a lot of stupid shit in my life, man. So yeah. So let's end it, man. I don't want to go start telling no DuckTales and shit. Let's move on. It'll come out though. It'll definitely be some music coming out in 2017. I'll put out some shit. At the very least, I do want to put out this song with JC. You know, I want people to have free music that they can put in their videos and shit on YouTube and all that too. You won't get hit with the copyright claim and all of that. So you know, it's shit I want to put out. We do have something coming out from JC though, very shortly, right? P.
Yeah, we sure do. I'm gonna work on it like hardcore tomorrow.
All right.
I got tomorrow off.
You know what? I didn't. You mentioned the retail shit and all of that, and I totally forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, and I know because I used to work retail too. So like, this time of year is retarded, man. It's just stressful as fuck. So
Yeah, that's nuts.
totally understand that. Especially dealing with the type of consumers that you have to deal with, man.
Oh yeah, can't even.
It's
Yo,
crazy.
explaining to people buy two get one free today or this whole weekend was unbelievable. Quick segue story. I was talking to this full grown man, and he's like, yeah, so I could get these $2 games, and then I could get this $54 joint for free, right? And I'm like, no, you would just get the least expensive one for free.
Right.
And he goes, so if I got this, and I go, you get the least expensive one for free. He goes, and then finally, I just, my manager just came in and he goes, yeah, do you know what least expensive means? And then the guy just blank. And then I go, yeah, it's the one that costs the less. And he goes, oh,
Oh God.
okay, all right. I go, all right, yeah, so that was my whole weekend. Love it, though. It's great.
So yeah, we how we want to end it tonight?
Oh shit! Who's signing off first?
Who's
I'll
your
go for it. Yeah, I'll go
who's
for
your
it.
who's your dream celebrity girl?
Shit.
Dream celebrity.
Go, Emiya. Go, not Billy.
Emiya. Dream celebrity. Where are you? Hello, Emiya.
I don't know. I can't. There's so many.
Come on, man. Give us
Damn it.
more.
Pressure is on.
Oh, I don't know really.
Come on, man. And don't say anybody obscure that nobody would know but you. Let's go.
I like this one. Actually, she's not a celebrity though. Never mind.
Just a local flavor.
I'll go with one. Ariel Winter from Modern Family.
I gotta look her up.
She's the girl with the glasses and the biggest boobs in the world.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, this girl. You love this girl, right?
Oh yeah, that's my bread and butter. That's my pleasure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's cute. All right, P. Who you got?
I have a real thing for Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
That
She's done a
sounds.
lot of shit.
She sounds really white. Let's look her up.
Super white.
Damn, I typed in Mary and that shit just came up. Boom, right at the top of Google. I didn't have to type in nothing else. That was nuts.
She was recently in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh yeah, she's cute too.
I really liked her in Scott Pilgrim though.
Come on, man. That's a fucking classic. Scott Pilgrim, come on.
I just love like her general character from the comic as well. So that has a lot to do with it.
That looks like the Scott Pilgrim look with the pink hair and shit, huh? Blue hair and all that shit. All right, I see you.
Of course.
And she has curves, but not like too bad of curves that where you're like, oh, she eats too much cottage cheese. Like she has it on lock all the time. You know who else is really good? The main actress from Jurassic World.
I will take a real woman with a belly over fake boobs and fake ass any day. So I'm good with that.
No question.
I tell anybody, until you feel fake tits yourself, it's all good, and then you feel them, and then you're like, this is cheat. Like I'm cheated.
First of all, if you went through most of your life without having a big ass and big breasts and what have you, you don't even know how to work with that shit anyway. So it's like it's not going to be the best experience for you as a man when they don't even know how to work with that shit anyway. So
yeah, you got somebody with like tits that feel like rocks. Cool. Genius. Rock hard tits. Emiya, where are you, man? We've all made our answers. Where are you?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's so many. Let me just go through my history and see if there's.
That's funny.
That'll do it. Look up the Google Analytics. Which chick do I search for the most? Like, oh, that must be the one.
Mostly, like I said, the thing is, I wasn't looking at any celebrities today.
Today.
What about porn stars, Emiya? You got a porn star that you're like, that's the one.
Oh, I mean, porn stars, definitely.
You know what? I don't like well-known porn stars. Once they start like
Like American porn stars or Japanese porn stars?
Either or. You know what really sucked was as soon as Mia Khalifa took off.
I was never a big fan of Mia Khalifa.
you
I know a
know,
lot of people like her. I was never a big fan of her.
She looks like the girls that live out here. Like the Silicon Valley is a huge Indian community.
I
looks like-
thought she was fucking Middle Eastern.
Yeah, but you know, she looks that part. You know.
Yeah, she has that look.
Yeah, she's from
I've always thought she overacts too much in her scenes. She's like really, really like I just don't feel like I just never get the feeling that she cares to be there. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're like, if you're like watching it and you're trying to get yourself in the mood and stuff, and you're like, man, this girl's not into it, man. I don't feel like I'm into it because she's not into it. I feel like I don't know. It just doesn't feel correct. I don't know. Some people like that though. Some people like it though.
nah, I
You
don't.
always know if they're into it by looking at the eyes. If they're looking at the camera, it's like, well, they're not into it.
Well, I think it's just the enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's at least my personal taste. They have to. I want it to feel like it's real. Like.
Oh yeah, like it's like Boog said. When they get too big, that happens. It's just like it's easy for them to just not give a shit. Like, oh, dude, I'm like the #1 person searched on Pornhub. Why do I need to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Some shit.
I don't know what's.
Emiya. Where's your pick, Emiya? For the love of God.
All right, how about Madison Ivy? One of my favorite porn stars.
Boom.
Madison Ivy. I gotta look her up. Let's see. I'm not screen.
Unfortunately, she was in an accident like a year ago. I don't even know if she can even be in porn anymore.
What happened to her?
She was in a car accident. Pretty bad injury. She was out for like several months. I mean, she looks fine now, but I know she has like some surgical scars like on her abdomen area now. So, I mean, she's very attractive, but and the nice body, very fit. This is the type I like. I like it very fit.
Oh man! you ever wanna get a girl to seduce Emiya? Now you know. She needs to be fit. #1.
I like
First and foremost.
not too much muscle, but I like some muscle.
What about Ronda Rousey? You don't want Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey's good too. It's good. Paige Van Zandt, good.
Oh man, hell yeah, Paige Van Zandt.
Paige Van Zandt, good. Yeah, man.
I mean, he wants his girls to wrestle him.
Wrestle,
Not wants to wrestle him. All right, so we're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
Oh wait, Boog, you never gave yours. What the hell?
Let me see. What celebrity? I don't know. I like this girl on IG right now. What's her name? Sophie Green. I like her.
Oh man, there you go, Sophie Green.
She's cute. That's my speed right there.
Yeah, if there's like certain Instagram girls, there's like some very attractive Instagram girls.
She's not really like an Instagram, like one of those like out there. Like, she's like legit, like trying to.
She's not taking pictures every day with like her covering her nipples with like her.
Right, yeah. She's not on that porn star shit. It's some tasteful shit, and like she doesn't have like huge boobs and shit like that. She's fit. She's just got a really cute face. It's not nuts.
Yeah. She's not making.
She likes
posts,
Joanne the Scammer.
She's not making posts every day about, hey, go to my website and buy my poster.
Right.
Or I love this awesome tea, this detox tea.
Oh man, this
Hey, when I drink this, I look just like this. I used to not look like this, but I drank this.
now I look like
After 3 wraps.
I didn't always look this way.
I don't want you to sell me anything. I just want to see your breast. Stop trying to sell me.
Post a nip slip.
All right, we went totally left. So yeah, those toys. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. A.C.B.A. World Championship Tournament starting in January 2017. We did that so we could streamline the dates of all of our tournaments moving forward. So that includes the World Tournament, the Photo Combat, and Summer Shots. So we'll be on a schedule through 2017 into 2018, and we're looking for more people to come out and get involved with the tournament. It's not. I'm telling you now, it's not easy, but it's fun as hell, and it's a great learning experience to get out there and make your own little production and throw your hat in the ring. So you have until December. Man, I hope I'm getting this date right. I want to say that it's December 18th to put in your entry fee. If you've already finished your first round entry, great for you. Hold on to it until that date, or you could go back to the drawing board and start tweaking and maybe come up with something better. But don't scrap your first idea. But January 8th, 2017 is the first round post date. If you've already paid for your entry and you've downloaded all the documents, you can actually go back onto the website and download the new calendars and the new invite sheet. We swapped them out and updated them on the site. So your downloads are there for you for eternity. Basically, you could go back in there and get the new downloads. Anytime we need to update something, we will swap it out on the site. But I'm going to be making a video as soon as I finish up these Spider-Man reviews, or sometime in between it, detailing all of this information and hopefully telling you about all of this stuff in a nice, clear, concise way in under 5 minutes. I hope. So that's the plan. And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, you could always email us at articulatedcomicbookart@gmail.com. And yeah, join us in the A.C.B.A. Facebook group if you're interested in trying to hone your skills and learn about display art. And if you're trying to get featured on some of these other platforms, then that's the place to be. And that's all I have to say. Look out for the rest of the reviews of the figures from the Sandman Build-A-Figure Wave. I think I'm 3 in now, so there's 4 more to go. And that's it for me. B, what you guys say?
Yeah, all my stuff online is Pancheezy. It's Panchz. Shit, how do I spell that? Pancheezy. I'm most prominent on Instagram. And then if you just follow me on my Instagram, that's where I post all my stuff that I'm doing. But I'm also prominent on YouTube as well. Every once in a while I'll do a figure review. But it's generally just a lot of Dragon Ball stuff, and then hopefully soon starting back up some A.C.B.A. stuff. But yeah, if you're interested in figures, video games, and Dragon Ball Z, that's basically what I'm into and what you'll see on my shit. And that's it.
Genius. Genius. Emiya, sign us both out. You and I, sign us out, man. Where are you?
I am Emiya Starlock. I am Starlock on Instagram, and I am most active on Japanese show where we talk about the weekly anime and the manga. So you speak Japanese, and you will have a premium account, Nico Doga. You can tune in onto that. It's called Anime Talk Live. I also, me and Rick Dom also have our own show, JPIA TV The Live, which we should be doing another episode pretty soon. It's just been very busy these past month or so. So yeah, he's Rick Dom 2345, by the way, on Instagram. So if you like looking at pictures of him with his shoes and stuff, you can follow him. And me, if you like looking at pictures of me, getting people to draw for me, then that's a good. You want to follow me, but then also random pictures of food, and occasionally, I might take a picture of a toy, occasionally. So, also, you guys can also contact us importinaction@gmail.com if you guys have any questions about toys, Japanese toys, anything. on our channel, Import in Action, for the JPI TV show. We can answer the question on there. Also about porn. You guys, now have you been listening to this episode? You guys know I know a lot about porn. So you guys ever have any suggestions? Don't be shy. It's okay. You guys can come on, tell me what you guys are into. I recommend you towards the right direction. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
All right. And on that note, see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.